Mother. Man.
I'm Doug Clark. Fuck Carol Bundy. Fuck Murder Metal Mayhem. And fuck you.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem!
Man, I don't know if I should laugh or be scared at that
Right?
Doug
What
Clark
the fuck, dude?
introduction.
God damn.
Very angry individual.
What the fuck's going on?
Jesus
Fuck.
Christ. We are in Horns High Studios for the Horns High Podcast Network, getting ready to throw down episode 168. Definitely going to be a good one. A little Valentine's Day theme tonight. Love is in the air. So we got this a good one for you. Joey, Chris, you guys are here with me.
Yes, sir. What's
Mother
up?
Nature is getting ready to fucking poop on us again.
Again, dude. Yeah, we're about to get
Jesus.
fucked again.
Snow and ice here. It's going to be pretty nasty, like 5 to 8 inches of it on
Can't
Thursday. Yeah, right? So we're getting ready for that. We just got off of a fucking storm, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just been crazy. What shirts we got going on, Chris? I see you got your...
I got my Unibonger shirt
The
on
one
we
that,
got from
a listener sent you.
Elizabeth sent from goddamn Lafayette. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
goddamn
awesome. Down in
Arkansas. My
Arkansas,
brain went
yeah.
numb for a second.
Fayetteville.
No, I understand.
Got on the old Cannibal Corpse hoodie. Got on the Goremonger beanie.
Nice. You're representing several things.
Rapid.
going on
Got
over
the
there.
Murder Machine clothing pin. Fucking
Hell yeah, dude. You got like low 12 underwear on or something?
Nah, I shit on those.
Joey, what about you over there, man?
I got the homies Gape.
Oh, fuck
From
yeah,
Tasmania.
dude. Nice. I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, and I fucking had to wear the Gape shirt.
Hell yeah, Rick.
Rick Ring, fucking faithful listener. I got a surprise for y'all going into metal
Oh, wow.
shit.
from Rick Ring.
Oh, no. I was
shit.
going to
All
say,
right.
is
Nice.
it
So-
Vegemite or
So
something?
it's not Vegemite, although
Is
he
it
did.
Australian
He did
poutine?
send me fucking Vegemite.
Did he
He
send it,
sends
though?
me Vegemite every time he sends.
Oh,
me.
that's hilarious.
Like, just these little
Just the
individual
little
ones.
packets, yeah.
Right.
But it's so funny.
That's hilarious,
So I'm gonna
though.
have to eat it again because I don't ever waste it. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna eat it. But
Right,
it's
right.
So funny.
That's funny.
So
All right,
anyway,
well, that's cool.
what shirt do you got on?
Yeah, that shirt.
Dude, I got our boy Tex
Hell yeah.
sent me this T-shirt. It's from the prison museum, I guess,
Texas,
in Texas. And it's got old Sparky on the back, and it says "Ride the Thunderbolt" on the front.
It says Riding Thunderbolt.
Riding
Yeah.
Thunderbolt, yeah.
So it's old Sparky Horse Thunderbolt. So you don't want to ride either one of them.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. So Tex sent this one in for me. So thanks, Tex.
Yeah,
that's
it's fucking
awesome.
pretty
And
badass.
he also sent us a cool fucking
Fuck yeah.
inmate-made guard tower known as a picket tower.
And
We're
it
going to have
is
pictures of it.
Awesome, yeah.
It's amazing, and it looks great in the studio. So, Tex, thank you very, very
Fuck
much.
yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
we'll
Very
definitely post
generous,
some
but
pictures
so
of that
cool
'cause
that
it's
it's
dope.
inmate made, guys.
Thank you for giving me flashbacks.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joey's all ducking
I'm like,
and
oh man,
everything.
there's a
God damn,
fucking
dude.
guard
Oh,
tower in
man.
the corner now.
They're ready to fucking snipe my ass in the yard, right?
Oh
About to
yeah.
get shanked up in this bitch.
Sit down when shots are fired.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
So, Chris, you and I got birthdays coming up this week. Yours
Yep.
is on Thursday, the day
The day
this
this
comes
drops,
out,
that's my birthday.
the
so-
17th.
The fucking
Oh, yeah.
storm.
I am,
Fucking-
yeah, right.
yeah, storm.
And I am the 18th, the following
day,
day. So, hell yeah. So, we're both adding an age to our digit to our age here and just saying fuck it because we're just
I don't give
kicking
a
ass
shit.
and taking fucking names here, Murder Metal
I feel
Mayhem.
like an
so-
old man.
If anybody wants to get them a fucking present, fucking join the 666 Club.
There you
yeah.
go.
$3
That would be
a
nice.
month.
That would be nice.
Be a cool birthday present.
I'll link to that in the episode description. So, we got Tex and Shane helping us out here and special guests we have on. And
Oh yeah.
Chris, you doing anything special for the birthday other than like counting icicles or anything?
I don't really have any major plans.
Nothing?
I wonder if you'll take a shot of whiskey on that day.
I don't know
That's
if I
very possible.
I don't know if I
That's
will,
very
man. I
possible.
don't know if I will. I mean, I did. My birthday's on Thursday, and next day's Friday, so I did take both days off of work.
Well,
so.
there you go. There you go. I'm doing my usual birthday dinner. I'm going to be at Red Lobster. I just don't give a fuck. If I'm the only one there, I will be there Friday on my birthday eating Red Lobster.
Hell yeah.
Fuck everybody else. That's where I'm going to be.
That's funny. That's where Dad took Mom for fucking Valentine's Day.
Oh,
yesterday.
that's cool. Yeah, I love Red Lobster, man. I don't need much of an excuse to go. How about the new Sick Rick mask, guys? He's
So
been
bad.
posting the
Yeah.
pictures.
The
Joey, I
Jeffrey
knew
Dahmer.
you were going to love this one, especially with it being the Cream City Cannibal himself.
Yeah, it's cool. And like Rick, like it's neat to see him with the new fucking ones he does because you can kind
Yeah,
of see
the
the
sculpture.
progress.
Yeah,
He's like, oh yeah, I'm starting it off like this, but now I'm gonna mold this. add the
Right,
hair
tweaking the nose.
And it's
you
so
know.
cool. And then fucking he did the fucking he got the mold ready, and it was like, holy fuck, it's Dahmer. Like,
Yeah, it's definitely, like we were talking earlier, I think probably the most realistic
I
looking
agree
one
with
he
that,
has done.
yeah.
And that's saying a lot.
Because I'm looking
'Cause
at the
they're
ones
all
we got
amazing.
here. Yeah, dude. It's like,
They're all amazing,
What the fuck?
but this one is just fucking killing it. So Dahmer will be here. He's going to do a regular, like, skin tone version
Right.
of it, a black and white one, which he posted today, which actually looked pretty
does
it
fucking
look
does
cool.
look pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
And he's doing a zombie one that
Yeah.
he'll post tomorrow. But we collectively agree the flesh tone, realistic,
the realistic one is
with
the right
glasses and everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking killer. So that's going up on the wall. We're kind of looking because that is the 8th Sick Rick mask that's going to be in here. So holy shit, it's become Sick Rick Studios here.
Pretty much,
But,
man. Fuck.
So yeah, so really excited about that. And I know, Rick is not about like getting free plugs and stuff like that, but I'm just saying it because I want to. SickRickMasks.com. That's SIKRIK masks.com to buy some of this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. He's just so good. He'll do them wearable or displayed, so the eye is in or out. He could do either way, and then we get him with the wall mounts, which
Yeah.
are cool.
Always.
Except for Dominus has his
But
very
Dominus has
special
his inverted cross. So
the inverted
come on,
cross
man.
stand. Which when I looked at that was the reason I came off with the money to buy it because I'm like,
Dominus's head
that's
on a
just
cross.
so wicked with the inverted cross stand. So
Yeah.
why not? All right. So last week, guys, we did a bonus episode. Chris, that was a pretty interesting
Fuck
topic.
yeah, fucking Joey's idea. Fucking Great White. Fucking station nightclub fire killed fucking 100 people,
man.
unfortunately, and injured over 200 more. Like a lot of them very bad. So.
Yeah, really bad
Because
stuff.
I don't know, it's fucked up, man.
Yeah, so take one topic in a bonus episode, but that one, Joey, was unique because it was murder, metal, and mayhem all in
All
one
in one.
story.
Like,
I mean, I know metal,
I don't-
Great White metal is
Right, I
definitely
don't know
like
if it
on
was
the
really
very
murder
fringes.
either.
But
Like,
it's electric guitars and shit.
Yeah, it's hair metal and
Yeah.
it qualifies. So
I give
the
it more
story
metal.
was
I give it more
crazy.
metal cadence than fucking murder
Yeah.
yeah,
because I don't really feel like there was actually murder.
Right. Nobody was really trying to
yeah.
kill
Nobody
him.
tried
Right.
to. That's true. But yeah, just a good topic, and
You
we
know,
just
like,
passed.
there's not that many like certain things I'll look up and watch. Like I watch a lot of true crime shit, of course, and I always have since I was little.
Right.
But the station one is one that after doing all the research for that and like watching that video all the way through that the guy took and all that, like that one stuck with me for a little while for whatever reason, like made me think about shit.
Oh yeah.
Where other ones I can binge watch 10 different true crime things.
Right.
And it's like, okay,
Right,
those
it's
are cool.
because you go to clubs and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
like,
I know.
yeah,
and
so you
like,
start
I actually
thinking.
bought the book because I knew I wasn't going to have the book even started by the
Right,
time we
right.
did that. I just bought it because I genuinely was interested from doing the research
Yeah.
and learning about it because we always learn so much doing this show.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say enough. I mean, holy shit. Like, I'll be watching one documentary and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of this guy
Something
or
else.
this
Yeah,
one
exactly.
and that one. And
Yeah.
I think it, and like, you watch these experts they put on there, and I mean, I'm not trying to toot our own horn, but I'm tooting our own fucking horn. Like, I could see any one of the three of us being asked those same questions
Right.
on these shows and coming up with very intelligent fucking answers. I'm just saying, like, we put a lot of work into doing this. So, I mean, it's cool to be able to retain a lot of that stuff. And the amount of things I've learned from doing this podcast has been unbelievable. So
thank anybody that checked out that Great
yeah,
White
we were
episode.
passing
for
900
sure,
to that one today. So
Fuck
that's
yeah.
awesome. So thank you very much. And if you missed it, go give it a listen. Now, Joey, I also saw, holy shit, the best or most listened to interview we've done yet was the one you just did with Kevin Menson of
Fucking
Waco,
A.
man.
Waco Jesus, man. They got fucking pretty far and wide fucking, listening
Listener
fan base.
base.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that was
1,100
cool.
listens, which is awesome, man.
When we first fucking released it, like that Friday or whatever, like Waco went in that day. They were in for the weekend
yeah.
to go to the studio.
Record, yeah.
And fucking, there was weather and I'm sure booze involved. And so whenever they came back, then, Kevin started sharing it around to some of the other pages. And I started noticing a lot of people that I don't usually see on the Mermail Mayhem sites
Right.
that were checking out. So it's like, that's cool right there.
Yeah.
Even if you only listen to that one fucking thing, like that's the second that you supported and checked something out we did.
Appreciate that.
No, I think that's really cool. I think we're seeing that. And then also I did that interview with Killing. And they're from Denmark, and I'm seeing a whole uptick in Denmark, Germany, Sweden, these European countries, Italy, breaking into we've got an Italian city in the top 10 cities listening for the first time in Verona. So that's really
tight.
fucking cool. Not my Verona or Sharona. But anyway, I thought that was cool. So if you missed that interview you did with Kevin, go
fucking
check it out.
Kevin's
Bonus
a badass
episode.
motherfucker.
I checked it today, guys. We are at officially 495,000 listens to Murder Metal Mayhem since April of 2018.
Hell yeah.
So 4 years coming up, boys. We're going to hit 500,000
500,000.
before the 4 year, but not long
yeah.
before it. I would say, we should hit it within 2 or 3 weeks. Based on how many people listen to us. So
We
we'll
got
see.
it. Y'all motherfuckers spread that shit around.
Yeah,
Let them know.
500,000
Let 'em
people,
know.
or 500,000 of our podcasts have been listened to. That's crazy to even consider it.
You got to let them know.
Spread it like
Brother-
your mom did to have you.
Now, speaking of that, tonight we got a Valentine's Day inspired episode. Little story of a couple of lovebirds. Oh, Carol Bundy and Doug Clark, the Sunset
yeah.
Strip Killers, probably the most unlikely combination or couple that killed since this has been
I
a
don't
thing.
know.
Like
Right.
this is such a weird story. Not the typical Ken and Barbie, type story, or even Fred
They
and
just
Rose
fucking got
West.
together and worked.
Yeah, this is and independently of each other, which is fucked up. But definitely a sick one. Murdering prostitutes, runaways, sexually assaulting a minor girl, taking pornographic pictures with her. I mean, fucked up shit.
They're not good people.
No, sick and depraved. Even some necrophilia thrown in there for good measure. So this should be a brutal one tonight. And again, a little Valentine's Day love between Carol Bundy and Doug Clark.
I've been excited to do this one for a while.
Yeah,
I've
it's a
always liked
good
their
one.
story.
It's a very, on the surface, you would think it's going to be another Ken and Barbie type thing, but it's not.
Nope.
That's what's so much different.
You know what I want to say, because no one's ever said it on any of the fucking interviews or shit about the Sunset Strip Killers,
What's that?
that Carol Bundy is not related to Ted Bundy.
Oh, I've heard
Right.
that. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like an
I
obvious
heard
thing,
that on a couple
but
things.
nobody ever says it because they
Oh.
just figure it's so obvious.
Right.
So I'm like, but you should say that, because you fucking hear serial killer and it's like, damn, Bundy and
Bundy,
female
right.
Bundy.
That's true. That's true.
And-
I heard a couple things where they're like not related because it's a married
Right,
name,
but there's
yeah.
ties like later, especially like
That's
if you
fucked
listen
up,
to Doug
yeah.
Clark, he's got a whole fucking thing
rant
about how
about
she's
it,
a
yeah.
copycat Ted Bundy killer.
Right.
But anyway, it's just funny because it's like whenever I was younger, man, you first start hearing about all these new serial killers when you're a teenager and shit.
Right.
You hear about Carol Bundy, it's like, damn, Bundy.
Yeah, another one.
It's like,
Fuck.
damn, is that his sister? And then it's like, oh, no
Right.
relation whatsoever. But
Right, right.
Because,
And
I mean,
fucking
fuck, they're
Al
both West
Bundy,
Coast.
dude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking album.
Anyhow, I
So,
just
yeah.
thought that was funny to say because
no, that is funny.
every
that they
time I
never
watch a doc, I'm like,
clarify
are they
that.
going to say it? No.
Right, right. Now I got the horns tonight in the metal segment. Going
Fuck
to do
yeah.
another feature on a Canadian band. This
Hell yeah,
guy, these guys are from Toronto. the thrash band Korrosive, and that's Korrosive with a K. Psyched for this one. These guys are killer. 5-minute piece of the interview I got to play.
Shit, yeah, dude.
And the full interview will be out on Friday. There's like 51 minutes in that interview with me, their singer, and their guitar player. So it was a good talk. And Joey, you got the Lost Classic tonight.
I got one.
Should
Hell
be a
yeah,
good
dude.
one.
Fuck
And
yeah.
that'll, of course, all be in the metal segment. Now, Killer Cage Match. This is going to be a special one tonight, guys, because we got our new webcam out, and
Yeah,
we're
we're
going to
gonna record this
record
one.
the video of us doing the Killer Cage Match tonight.
Y'all
So
can't
that should
wait
be
for
fun.
that, can you?
No, yeah. How can
Oh
you
my
miss
God.
that? So we're going to post that on our YouTube channel, so you get to actually watch us do the Killer Cage Match. So it should be fun. We've never done that before, and we're going to start doing different segments of the show on webcam.
That
like,
opens up like a whole new fucking thing.
it really does.
Then all of a sudden I'm bringing props for the cage match.
There you
Like,
go.
dude, like for real.
There
like
you go.
Double-sided dildos covered in oil.
We are here.
Can of corn, right?
Can of corn.
So we got a good one tonight, Chris, and we got some listeners we want to say thank you to for contributing.
Yeah, we got our homie fucking Ray McFalls. We got the number one motherfucker in the house, Rebecca Boomstock, going at it. What's up? And then we got Nicole Graves Anderson. So thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you all. And we got a good one for him tonight with a special matchup, Joey. Who do we got happening tonight in the cage?
From the fucking the smoke and smog covered fucking land of London
Right?
and Whitechapel, you're gonna see fucking Jack the Ripper,
Nice.
who
We
we
don't
don't even
know
know
it
who the
is.
fuck he is. So-
Right.
But he's gonna go up against somebody who we do know who he is.
That's right.
That's somebody we've been talking about
That's
tonight.
right.
Ted
Fucking
Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Hell yeah.
So Bundy,
Now,
Bundy.
I was confused for a second because I thought for somewhere there was a 4-person match out of nowhere because I thought it was Whitechapel, Slayer, Jack the Ripper, and Ted Bundy.
Oh,
I
that's
was like,
funny.
wait, what the fuck just happened? What's going on? So I
Oh,
was
that's
confused
hilarious.
in my head.
That's funny.
That is
That's
funny. Yeah.
And I never, it's hilarious you're saying Bundy. I didn't even connect that. I honestly did not
That's
till just
classic.
now. That's how immersed I get in this shit, and I wind up adding stuff later. Yeah, it didn't even dawn on me. That's crazy. But we'll do that matchup in the Mayhem segment because they got a couple objects and a variable. And so Killer Cage Match, one of the favorite parts of the show. So we'll do that on video tonight. So that'll be fun. Thank you to everybody out there listening to the podcast. We really appreciate it. We were around 2,900 this week, guys. So
Yeah, you guys are the real MVPs.
yeah, so thank you very, very much. We appreciate that, and keep telling people about it, liking it, 5-star reviewing it wherever you can. Comments, those all help. Well, Chris, Joe, we got a lot on our plate tonight. Going to be taking a trip to the beautiful Sunset Strip, which sounds good as we get ready for an ice storm.
Fuck yeah, it does.
Out in California, 2 lovers like killing prostitutes, so just in time for Valentine's
and
Day.
a dude. Yeah, so let's get our murder on.
Fuck yeah, man. The band Killing. Just
Yeah.
Killing. That's all the only word, man.
That's all
Killing.
you need to know. Just killing, man.
Yeah, from Denmark with their song One Last Victim. I totally dig those guys. I just interviewed the drummer, Jesper Clausen, on Sunday. Super cool guy. Totally fun conversation. He had COVID, so he was coughing and
Hell yeah.
everything else. But I didn't catch it from Denmark, which is good. But those guys are killer, and they're going to be on an upcoming feature here. But one thing real quick, since we've been talking about them on here, their label has noticed a big jump in listens they're getting from the U.S. and Canada and orders from the U.S.
yeah.
and Canada.
Oh, yeah.
So if we're playing even a little part of that,
Hell yeah.
fuck yeah, that's awesome. So go check out the band Killing. You will not be disappointed. Their videos are great. They've got a 3 videos in like a story sequence, and it has to do with the serial killer. It's cool as hell. So they do them all themselves too. Very creative. With very little money, they are able to do some really good shit. So definitely go give them a listen.
Really don't take a lot these days, honestly.
No, I mean, a lot of creativity goes a long
And
way.
time.
Yeah.
Time is
Right.
a thing.
Now, we're not going to do, or we're doing our feature tonight on the disturbing couple, to say the least. Carol Bundy, Doug Clark, known as the Sunset Strip Killers.
Awesome for Valentine's Day.
For
Perfect for
sure. They've been on
Valentine's
our
Day.
list for a while. They fit perfectly with this. So their horrible crimes went on in the summer of 1980 in California. Depraved, sick motherfuckers is all I got to say. They were only convicted, I think, of 2 murders, but it's suspected there were many more. And we're going to get into all those details tonight. So now, Chris, we were talking about this, our true crime fans, how well are they going to know these two? And I know we said she's not related to Al Bundy, but what about King Kong Bundy?
Oh, no.
Not aware of that.
She could have been a wrestler, too, dude.
Very
Yeah.
possible.
Oh,
But
yeah.
what do you think? I mean, are people going to know who these two are?
I mean, unless you know true crime a lot, probably not. It might be something new, but I didn't really know much about them. I knew who the Sunset Strip Killers were.
Right.
I knew their names and I knew they did some fucked up shit, but I didn't know. a
Yeah,
lot.
like the same here. Joey, what makes this one just the perfect Valentine's Day one, though?
It's perfect for us to do just because of how we are, because this couple is just so goddamn ridiculous and the shit
Right.
they do is so fucked up. And, at least one of them's trying to do it in the fucking name of love for the other one.
Right.
Right.
So it's good for Valentine's.
Yeah, it's a twisted Valentine's,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Like you said, I knew of them, like you said, Chris. I knew who the Sunset Strip Killers were. I knew it was a couple, but I knew very little beyond that. And like you, I learned a lot from watching and reading about it. Very, very fascinating case. And definitely knew it was a good one for us because we've done some of these couples killers before, like Ken and Barbie, Fred and Rose West, the Lonely Hearts Club killers, and of course our favorites, Henry Lee and old Otis Toole.
They be out there doing damage.
That's right. So this is a really different one because this is not the typical couple like we've done before. So this is a really fascinating one. A lot of dynamics when you involve 2 instead of 1. But like most of these stories we do, there's lots of contradictions in the details, and namely from old Doug Clark himself. So
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. But, I think it's more than what you would expect with a couples killer. I think it's just totally different.
It's an awesome love story.
It's
it
an
is.
awesome love story.
Now, we've mentioned this a few times now and discussed it when we recently interviewed Dr. Harold Schechter and that whole concept of folie à deux.
I saw it again on something I watched recently.
Yeah.
One of the fucking
They use the term.
Yeah, they use that term. Like it might have
Folie
been
à deux.
it might have been those fucking the Scream killers.
Yeah.
Those 2 kids in Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was them, but they were saying that about them, and I was like, now that I've heard that term, I'm going to hear it everywhere.
I know. That's how it is for sure. But that is defined as a delusion or mental illness shared by 2 people who are close. And when we interviewed Harold Schechter, he said that was the deal with Leopold and Loeb, because we're getting ready to do that one. And we also talked about it when we
already
covered the
did Leopold and Loeb.
Clutter murders. What's that?
We already did Leopold.
That's what I said. We
Oh, I thought-
recently did it.
I thought you said we're getting ready to do that. I was
When
like,
we were
what?
getting ready to do it, yeah.
Word. Okay.
The Clutter Murders was a big episode for us. I was surprised,
That's
honestly. That was a big one, and those 2 were the same, and then Toolbox Killers in a way as well.
Also a big episode.
A huge one, yeah. So very, very common with true crime. Maybe that's our thing, is these pairs.
People like that shit,
Seem to
apparently.
dig
the
it,
Silent
'cause
Sisters.
The Myra Henley and what's his name? were the Moore's murderers. Yeah, Ian Brady.
Yeah, I can't. He's right behind Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for Buckshot. Yeah, but those two would be a classic case of it too. For sure.
I mean, we can just go on and on about this, but I always bringing up Leonard Lake and Charles Ng too.
Yeah, in a way.
In a way,
yes. Now, Chris, Carol Bundy had a rough childhood with some fucked up parents, alcoholics.
Yeah.
As you crack open a beer. Not that I asked you this question for any other reason than I always start with you, but we see this a bit with killers that we discuss. So what? It just kind of sets them up to fail, man. Like born to lose, right?
I think that it was like the alcoholism had a lot to do with it, just how they dealt with their alcoholism, but also like motherfucking. Like her mom died when she was like fucking 14 years old. And
right.
So she had like, I don't even think she was 14. She was like fucking 11. And she had a younger sister. Well, when their mom died, their dad's like, well, now you got to take over your mom's spot in every fucking way. Yeah. Literally every way.
Yes. And when he says that, he's talking sexually. Yeah, she claims the night her mother died. The night her mother died.
Yeah, they said the night she died.
Her dad raped her.
That night.
So
like you got to take over everything. So
the
and that's
duties
your life,
of the
dude.
woman in the family now.
And so she just like got kind of learned that that's what I'm here to do is just please a man, and whatever it takes.
Yeah,
so
that's a good
kind
point.
Of went to her mindset at that time. I think like, okay, this is what I got to do.
Yeah. I mean, she's born 1942 in California, and like you said, she's setting off in this horrible fucking thing. She's a pathological liar, so that's another thing about her we'll learn more about. Her dad used to tell her how ugly she was and that she was overweight, and she also had really bad eyesight, and at one time they thought she was actually going to go blind, but they wound up, it was just cataracts, and she got some surgery.
But she had to wear some thick-ass glasses.
Totally.
And there was a time when I think she was like 8 years old or whatever, that like her mom straight locked her out of the house, wouldn't let her back in. Because she's like, I'm just done with this fucking kid. I don't care. Locked her out of the house, and her dad let her back in. But like after that, her mom never like acknowledged that she was there and shit.
That's fucked up.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
that's
so this would be a huge reason why she felt so bad about herself. No self-confidence, like you said, though, Chris, wanting to please a man. That was her thing. And the need to have somebody to serve, basically. But she doesn't seem to have a damn bit of luck picking a partner. She picked some real fucking winners, Joey. At age 17, she's marrying a 56-year-old dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
A little bit fucked up, but it doesn't last very long because she's got problems with him drinking.
Yeah.
Violent.
Yeah, he was a violent motherfucker. And, I mean, she's young and fucking super impressionable and dumb, and she just wants somebody to take care of her.
Right.
This guy probably was fucking, like, all about that for a second for her.
Oh, sure.
And then it just turned into a bad situation. She gets out of that, and she marries twice more, has 2 fucking kids.
Right.
So, I mean,
and keeps running into the same type of guys.
Thing. And she kept trying, though. Like, she wanted to have somebody that was going to be there with her and for her. And we're going to fucking talk about later on how fucking much she'll go.
How much she wanted that.
How bad she wanted it.
That's true, man. That's true. We're just setting the fucking table like we always do.
For Valentine's Day.
That's right. That's right. So Carol was 37 and just ending, as you said, Joey, her third failed marriage with 2 kids who were young at the time of the divorce. But she meets the love of her life. Now, she was known to be bisexual and apparently had gone back and forth from men to women in different serious relationships. When one wouldn't work out, she'd, date a man and then back to a female and just couldn't make up her mind.
She definitely had the appearance to do that.
I guess, yeah.
It's Pat.
That's true. Yeah, she looked like a high school gym teacher.
Oh,
yeah, for sure. She said that Doug was watching her love of her life, from across the room at this bar, and they fell in love, and she's all obsessed. All fucking obsessed with old Doug Clark, who was supposed to be like this big suave dude, but I mean, from pictures and video,
he called himself the king of the one night stands. He called himself that.
Right. Yeah, he's just like a real fucking creepy dude.
He's like if you ordered Ted Bundy off Wish.
Kinda, yeah. Kinda.
Teeth all jacked up. I mean, he's a fucking mess. He was the perfect piece of shit, though, for her to
I
find.
like that.
And he could tell right away that Carol would be his type of woman. But, you know, someone who had no self-esteem would be the perfect one for him to find that he wouldn't have to worry about, you know, answering to
do
or
what I
anything.
do. Do what I say, pretty much.
Do whatever the fuck he wants, Chris. And he's all about the whole being dominant in the relationship. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, like he was like that all throughout like college, like because we're gonna talk about his background here in a minute, but
Right.
like you once you hear some of the dominating shit he did, because the videos and all that, the tapes and shit, dude. Yeah. He had got a hold of her, got her in his closet, and was like, "You are mine now."
Right.
And she rolled with it because, like, okay, he's paying attention to me.
Right. That's true.
Fuck yeah.
But you know, he claims, if you watch that video of him like later on,
Yeah.
that he only had sex with her a few times and that they really didn't have the serious relationship that Carol would make it out to be. So that's what he was claiming. But like I said, he was a little off his rocker in that video, so I don't know what to make of that.
The thing with Doug Clark is that always saying that he was never too serious about her in his mind ever. Like she was always
Right.
around, but she was more of like a sidekick or a homie or something
Exactly,
like that.
yeah,
you know? Fucking as far as like having feelings for and being in a relationship, it definitely seemed a lot more like she
One-sided
saw
on
how-
her
saw it
side.
that way.
Yeah.
Right.
He's just like, whatever, dude. I'm just doing this thing. You're helping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a real leech type. We're going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
into this whole thing now. So Doug Clark was 6 years younger than Carol, and females considered him to be an attractive guy. From the pictures I saw, I'm not fucking seeing it, but you know, who the fuck am I to judge?
The Phantasm, dude. The tall
Yeah.
man from Phantasm, dude. Fuck.
She did find out that her eyesight was caused from cataract, so she gets the surgery to fix it. Still bad eyesight, but at least she wasn't blind and she had to wear the big Coke bottles, like we said. Doug's dad was in naval intelligence, and he comes, you know, I mean, that's...
He had a good life coming up.
Yeah, I
He
mean, it's
traveled
not
a
like
lot.
hers, you know, this
Yeah.
real fucked up shit. Her dad, you know, Army officer.
Which I get fucking moving around all the time.
Yeah,
Tough
that's
on
tough.
Kids,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's hard on
That's
kids.
And
You
he
did-
never make a
But he
connection.
didn't
to
make
anything.
it seem like that way. Like he says, oh, I was
No.
an army brat, or he even said privileged. I think like he understood fucking
what was going on,
Yeah.
in life. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
some people had a problem. It didn't seem like
No.
Clark had a problem with it.
No,
and he
he-
lived in fucking. They went to all kinds of countries.
Yeah, he
like,
said he was in 37 countries.
Like,
that seems like an awful lot, but who
It
knows?
does, but damn. If you
Naval
have, holy
intelligence,
fuck,
I
man.
mean, or Army intelligence. Or I'm sorry, he was naval intelligence. I was referencing some of the Army intelligence officers that I was with when I was in the service. But he was in the Marshall Islands, California, India, Geneva. I mean, he's all over the fucking place. He's going to military school. He's definitely brought up in a much more stable environment than Carol ever was. So to say that about a military brat is saying a lot because of how fucked up
They
her
even-
situation was.
They even enrolled him in a few other schools that were like, fucking, you know, whatever it is, where you're only allowed certain ones.
Yeah,
in
you
or
got
whatever.
to be elected to be able to even go to that.
Yeah,
Like
school,
West
yeah.
Point, shit
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. I mean, he was definitely on the track to do a lot. When Doug graduated high school in 1967, Chris, the year
Hell
I was
yeah.
born here, coming up on my birthday, I'll be 55. I'm like Sammy Hagar, man. Can't fucking drive 55.
We might have heard that
We
song on the way
we
here.
totally heard
Oh,
that
that's
song
hilarious.
on the way here, dude.
So he enlists in the Air Force. He's stationed in Colorado and Ohio. After he got out of the Air Force, he moved around a lot, but worked as a mechanic and eventually ends up in Los Angeles.
Hell yeah, City of Angels.
That's right. He becomes a steam plant operator for the Los Angeles Department of Power and Water. He must have been making good money and benefits with a job like that, but for some reason he abruptly quits. Now, criminologist and author Christopher Barry D. He interviewed Doug Clark. That's on the one on YouTube we've been talking about. He said that Doug was cursing like fucking crazy, acting very agitated. His teeth are all jacked up. He says his health is deteriorating due to the prison diet and his inactivity.
Losing my hair every day.
Every day, you're getting old, dude.
Right?
I'm fucking,
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Like, dude, you're like, what, 70? I mean,
right. You're
goddamn.
getting old, man.
The interview was almost canceled because he wanted to wear a baseball cap and the prison wouldn't let him. So he's throwing a fucking fit. I mean, this had to be just a fucking mess.
The hat's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
I want a head just like
Just like it, dude.
Eventually,
And
though,
a
they
sweater.
gave in and let him wear a hat. It almost like a chef hat.
Yeah.
That's
But like
weird.
miniature size. It's fucked up.
And a sweater.
And a sweater. He didn't want to be in his
He
prison.
didn't want to be in the prison
duds,
shirt.
yeah.
Yeah.
So eventually they give in, let him do what he wants. Joey gets a job as a boiler operator in Burbank for the Jergens Soap Company, but he doesn't seem like he wants to stay there too long either, man.
No, he doesn't want to stay anywhere, anytime too long, or do anything with anything too long. It seems. Yeah, and possibly because he fucking
Except
was used to
murder.
that. Fucking he grew
Right,
up
as a
and it
kid.
was new
Right.
experiences, change of scenery.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't think of that, dude.
Yeah, so it might be that, but it's also classic. He's working as a boiler operator. And I'm pretty sure that he came from Pennsylvania before he went out to California. I
I think you're right. Yeah.
so probably he was doing something in that line of work out there too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. So maybe he was thinking about a career in one aspect,
Right.
but he
And
couldn't
I'm not
stay
sure what he
put.
did in the Air Force.
I don't know. And like you said, whenever he left the Jergens, like he just left. He was done.
It was abrupt, yeah.
I couldn't do it no more.
So the boiler operator job doesn't last long. He's fired because of absences and he's acting violently and making threats to multiple coworkers. So go figure. This would lead him to his eventual 1980 finding of Carol Bundy on the rebound from Prince Charming #3. So
Hell yeah.
while the two were at Little Nashville, which is a bar that Doug used to go to, he was known, though, to prey upon vulnerable older women and then leeching off them because he didn't want to work. Things are moving quickly between them, and of course, he moves into her Van Nuys apartment. She's got a
She's
job
like
as a
cool with
nurse.
it though.
Yeah.
What's that?
She's cool with it though. Like
She is, yeah.
Like he's moving in after like one date.
Right.
He's starting to move stuff in, and she's like, "Oh hell
Fuck
yeah,
yeah,
we're
dude.
we're doing this."
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, I got a man now. Like,
Right.
Sweet.
And she's got this nursing gig, so she's probably making pretty good money. But Doug talks about how crazy she was and how she was very much interested in having sex with women as well as men. And like her ex, Jack Murray, who we're going to talk about here in a little bit.
That's a whole other story.
That's a whole different fucking deal. Now, Chris, these two, Carol and Doug, are fucked up and definitely not fucking good for each other.
No.
And they start talking about some fucking dark shit, man.
like fucking wanting, like, Doug starts talking about motherfucking fantasies about, like, taking a prostitute or a girl or whatever and keeping her captive, torture,
Right.
rape, and then necrophilia.
Yeah.
At the end, you just like, I want to fuck a body.
Yeah.
It's like, and she's cool with it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right, I
Okay,
can help you
cool.
out with that. You're paying attention to me.
Yeah.
Fucking, I can help you out with that.
That's
Let's
fucked
do
up.
this.
That's fucked
It's
up.
really fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Wow. What makes a person in their own head to think what they just said is okay when it's like, how do you bring that up in
I
a
know.
conversation?
We've talked about this before. Like, how does this come up? You know, like,
Like-
can you pass the biscuits? Oh, by the way, I want a fucking dead body. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I guess you got to feel comfortable with what you're talking about too.
I
If somebody's
guess.
like, hey, so what's your turn on? So they're like, oh, I kind of want to fuck a corpse.
right.
And I'm being serious. I'm not even joking.
Right.
I really want to do this.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
when
would
you're
you
so-
put that on
like,
Match.com? I mean, is that a thing, Joey? I mean,
That's
I don't
fucked,
know,
man.
What the
Maybe.
fuck? He starts bringing home prostitutes for him and Carol to have sex with. Carol is also sexually attracted to that 11-year-old neighbor. Dude, what the fuck with that?
Yeah, and she's real fucking nice to her and starts bringing her over, and like she fucking groomed her basically.
Oh, yeah.
This
she
was
did.
all fucking, from all accounts I know, this was all Carol. This wasn't Doug. Like he was
Right.
He was involved in it obviously, but this was her fucking deal. And the more that they brought her around and made her feel like she was a part of what they were doing, then they fucking basically attacked and fucking they were taking pornographic pictures of her and like
Right.
They were all
simulated
three in the
sex.
shower
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
like
showered
take pictures
together.
of them in their shower. and
It was
shit,
super
like-
creepy shit, but they had fucking gained this 11-year-old's like trust and made her feel like that's
she was
what they
already
were
being
doing.
she was already being abused at her
Yeah,
own place.
right.
Anyway.
So I don't know. It's
It's
super
so
fucked
fucked
up.
up, man.
And they fucking ended up keeping, a photo album of
Oh, yeah.
of her in their house.
Yeah, that wound up doing him in, too.
Yeah,
you
well,
know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, really fucked up. She's also simulating sex with Doug in these pictures, too, that they were taking of her. So, really disturbing shit. So now we start to see these two kind of working as a pair, doing some devious shit. As I said, Carol lures a girl to their place to take the pictures, as we said, the 11-year-old. According to Doug, though, like you said, Joey, is more like her idea than his. But apparently he starts talking to Carol, and Chris, you're talking about the whole having sex with a dead body. So it's escalating pretty quickly, and he talks Carol into getting 2 pistols.
Yeah, because he
But
can't.
Doug claims it was all her idea. Chris, did you see that?
I did. I mean, yeah, I saw that, but I don't fucking know what to think about the pistol thing.
I know they
either.
both lie. That's the
Yeah, they
problem.
both
Yeah,
lie all the
big
fucking
time.
time, so you don't know who
You
to
really
fucking
don't
believe.
know. I mean,
So,
you
yeah, they
could
got
see
these-
that maybe that she just took it upon herself and bought these guns.
Like guns, and then all of a sudden she's like, and then I don't know. So yeah, she got them 25 caliber. Were they Raven pistols?
I think so. Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, but there's
I don't
certain
know.
things like he says she just slapped it into my hand. Fucking,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird.
I know. Now,
I always felt, with her, that was a side of him that she wasn't fucking a part of. So she was always fucking upset by that. So she always wanted to try to get involved in that, which we see she keeps,
Including
knows her way
yeah.
into it.
right.
And to the point where she tries to fucking one up him, in my opinion, too. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think with the guns, I think it was just part of that. Like she was like, "Oh yeah, he's confiding in me. He's going to use these in this situation.
I'm gonna help him,
That's
yeah.
closer to me being a part of that."
That's a good point.
And that's
a
why
good
I
point.
always fucking thought she was definitely out of like her and fucking Ken and Barbie and Rose. I don't know, maybe not Rose West. She was a mean bitch. But out of most of them, like I would think that fucking Carol Bundy was the most down one out of all the accomplice killers, I guess.
Right.
Like, yeah, she's about that life.
Yeah.
She's going through with it no matter what.
Yeah,
Like,
because some of
I'm
the
happy.
quotes of
Some
hers
of
are
her- yeah, I
pretty
was gonna say,
fucked
some
up,
of her
man.
quotes,
Wow.
man.
Yeah.
Now, Christopher Barry D., that criminalist, he published his thoughts on these two in the book Talking with Psychopaths and Savages. I actually, by mistake, ordered it. I ordered the book on purpose, but I didn't realize it tied into this
Right.
until I was doing the research, and then was like, holy shit, I got that book. And I looked it up, and there's a whole section on these two, which is fascinating. Prior to this, I had contacted him to arrange an interview because I bought his book about Joanne Dennehy, who's another mean fucking bitch, UK killer. And he's agreed to come on and talk with us, but I didn't even realize that he had met with Doug Clark, because that would have been a good one to do for this.
Right, definitely.
But I wasn't able to pull it together in time. So definitely, check out that book if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Now, I read that Doug wanted to, quote, feel her vaginal contractions
Dude.
during the death spasm while he was inside of her. So that's a
What?
quote.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
special.
but what? No.
That is some dark shit right there for sure. And he would act out on this fantasy about killing when he told Carol that in June of 1980, told her he picked up 2 teenage stepsisters, Gina Morano and Cynthia Chandler. And he
I
said
saw
that
they were stepsisters. I know it's not a big deal that stepsisters in a couple places and then half sisters in other places.
Yeah, I did see it both ways as well. That's funny you say that. They were hitchhiking and running away. He picks them up forces them to blow him.
No, he has one of them.
One of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the one girl fucking give him head. He tells the other girl fucking something out of the window, and when she turns her head, he takes a gun and shoots her. Then fucking shoots the other girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Then he takes them out in the fucking woods and has sex with both
No,
their
he's
dead
taking them to
bodies.
the garage.
Or the garage.
the
yeah.
garage,
So
yeah.
he does, I'm sure, face fuck both of them. But
Yeah,
but
he's
while they
all
were
about
alive,
that,
only
boy.
one of them, yeah.
He's all about that. So then he tosses the bodies after he's done, like you said, having sex with them in the garage dead. He takes the bodies on the side of the Ventura Freeway, and both girls are found the next day. So
Like, brutally, dude.
very brutal. Now, Chris, Carol calls the cops because she's kind of torn here, but what was the deal with that? I mean, why would she call him and then not tell him it was Doug? It's like, why call him at all? It's weird.
I don't know. She used like 2 different names and shit. Like, she called once and the call got dropped.
Right.
Called again and the call got dropped using 2 different names. But I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. But
Yeah, I'm trying to understand
I don't get it,
the
like-
thought process there, Joey. I mean, why would she? What would be the
Especially,
purpose
like,
of that?
especially nowadays, they'd be able to trace that call right back.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now they're coming to your fucking house.
Right, right.
Like, but I don't get it.
It's
I
odd.
really don't.
It's
It's
odd
hard
that
to
you-
tell where her
brain
brain
was.
was at the time, what she was thinking.
Right.
You know, picking up that phone and fucking making the call might have been a spontaneous thing, and then
I wonder
might
if
have-
she was mad that she wasn't involved.
Exactly. I mean, it could have
You
been
know?
anything like that. She's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! Like you're out fucking doing this and
Right.
fucking leaving
Other
me."
girls are
and-
blowing you and all this
Yeah.
other, and I wasn't there. you
Yeah.
know? Yeah, I don't know.
I
It's
could have
fucked
held
up.
the head and pushed it down on it for you.
Right.
Dude, the fact that he's shooting these people in the head while he is
Yeah.
He said
Getting-
you gotta be a bad motherfucker to shoot that close to your crotch.
Exactly.
Holy
You gotta
fuck,
be a good
man.
shot.
And not knowing if they're gonna like clamp down.
Yeah,
on it,
what
you
the
know?
fuck? You're a fucking weird
Yeah.
motherfucker.
That is
Dude.
fucking weird.
Dude, fuck that.
So, Joey, I saw that Doug tells Carol that he would take the blame for it if they got caught, but I'm not sure, why he would say that since he's the one that was doing it anyway. Like, she wasn't, that I know of, involved up at this point yet. So I'm not really sure.
I think
Like
it's just
her, he's got all these weird
yeah.
thoughts.
I
and-
think it's also just a tactic where you're like telling her, man, if shit goes down for all this horrible shit that's going on, I'll take the full fall because I love you that much.
right.
That's him trying to fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Pacify
I don't
her,
feel like
make
he
her
really
feel
yeah,
like she's involved.
Exactly. And I don't think
Yeah.
he really had the feelings, but I bet he could portray to her what she wanted to hear. And, that's how he fucking kept her around how he did.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very valid point because he also said that he believes she was much more involved with her ex, Jack Murray. He's the Australian who would be like, sex crazed
Yeah.
like Carol. He's also got a van, Joey, a fucking Chevy this time. So
Yeah.
what the fuck with these rape vans?
I mean, she might have thought that he was a fucking lame ass motherfucker compared to old Doug Clark after a while. Like,
Yeah.
man, you ain't nothing exciting.
Yeah,
And maybe that's
and
why
like-
she did what she did, but I don't know.
But I mean, Doug Clark made it sound like these two were going around in that fucking van and picking women up.
Well, Doug Clark's also trying to fucking pin all these crimes on somebody
Right, that's
else
what I'm
and
saying. They both
minimize
fucking lie.
himself, yeah.
I know they both lie, so you don't know.
He, I mean, his fucking. I mean, he connected so many serial killers. He like talking about fucking her trying to copycat Bundy, of course, like I was saying. Her trying to copycat Hillside Strangler,
Right.
leaving the by. I think that was the ones off the Ventura Freeway.
Right.
And like one of my favorite. I mean, it's probably true, but afterwards that her and I can't remember the bitch's name, but Kenneth Bianchi's copycat.
Right.
Like they were hanging
Veronica.
out.
Yeah, they were hanging
and they
out.
were fucking
And like
they-
when they were in prison and shit.
yeah, like they were the ones that were plotting all this shit, and they fucking had all the information on how to do it.
Right.
And that him and Bianchi were really fucking. They weren't guilty of the crimes that they were fucking convicted of. So I don't know. It's so many strings, and
I know.
I believe that they all probably were bogus in their own fucking way. But
it makes you wonder, though.
it's
it really
just like
does.
you got some couples that are like, and I'll say Paul and Carla, like who were probably legitimately in love together, and they were trying to stay by each other through fucking all of it until they were finally broke apart through the systems and they turned on each other. But
Right.
then you have a fucking other side to it, and I think that's like this with Doug and Carol, where Doug never loved her enough to give a fuck,
Right.
and by the time they were going to get popped, he would have rolled on her in a second and made her look as bad because, bitch,
Right.
you're going down with me.
Right.
She went first and
Yeah.
fucking turned it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know. Yeah, it's a fucked up fucking dynamic.
It
between
really
them.
is. It really is. So 12 days later, Doug Clark strikes again with 2 prostitutes. They were Karen Jones and Exie Wilson. They were both shot in the head and dumped in a public place, but not before he cuts off Exie Wilson's head. I don't know if you Googled that, but holy
Right.
shit, they
Oh,
got
yeah.
pictures of it.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. This is where the story gets even more depraved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes the head of Exie Wilson home, puts it in the fridge. Carol goes in there, says, "Oh wow," and
She
I
starts
want to
doing
make this
makeup
up like
on that
Barbie.
motherfucker, dude.
No, at first he wouldn't show her the head.
Oh, that's
He-
right.
He,
She got
he
pissed
said,
off.
"I have the
I
head."
have that, but you can't see it.
You can't
Yeah.
see it, and he kept that fucking over her the whole fucking time,
Right.
like keeping her in
Control thing.
suspense and shit, and
Yeah.
control exactly. And then finally, he fucking let her see it. And of course, like you said, she was putting the makeup on. But yeah, he used it as a tool for a while. Like, yeah, I got something you want to see, and I ain't gonna show you.
Wow. So
And
what
we
does
used
he
it as a
do,
tool.
Chris, with the head? What does he
He
wind
used
up
it
doing?
as a tool again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
takes it in the shower and
Like,
does some skull
Just
fucking,
yeah,
Ed Kemper
I was
shit.
gonna say Ed Kemper shit. Just
Wow. I mean, this
What
dude is
the
out
fuck,
there,
dude?
man. Holy shit.
and like, what the fuck, dude? And old girl's down with this shit in the fuck.
I know.
Dude. Let me do
If
the
you
hair
listen,
and the
though, to
makeup.
Doug's side of the story, he said his attorney tried to show by autopsy that the decapitation of Exie and later Jack were the same.
Yeah,
and
the
he
way they
claims
were
that
cut.
Carol did
Yeah,
both of
yeah, I
them.
seen that.
So
But they did say they
Who
found
knows?
fucking remnants of semen in the fucking skull.
they did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can't really fucking get by that one. Huh?
That's true. That's true. Now, Chris, this is one of the more interesting ways we've talked about killers getting off sexually. I mean, Carla Faye with the fucking getting off on
With the
fucking
fucking
caving
axe,
somebody's
the
head in
fucking
with a pickaxe,
pickaxe.
but skull
That's
fucking
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
shower. That's a
Like,
good one.
Ed Kemper's the only one I can think of that offhand, but
but his
Man, but
wasn't
he-
made up like a Barbie, though. I mean,
no, his wasn't. That was
You
just
know.
straight up his mom. But at the same time, this dude just did it more than once. Kemper just did it one time out of spite. This dude just
Right.
like about it. Like you said, fucking Ted Bundy Wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Ted Bundy from Wish, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know, man.
It's
Dude's
fucked
fucked
up.
in his head.
Now, Joey, how is there not
they
a
were
gore?
fucked in their head.
Yeah, both of them were fucked in their
Right.
heads.
Joey, how is this
The
not
fact
a
they didn't
goremonger
cannibalize
song? That's
amazes
what I
me.
wanted to know. Like Sexy Exie or something like that.
It'd be a
or-
good one. If I do a song about Sunset Strip Killers, I'll definitely keep that one in mind.
All right. Yeah, I like that idea. Sexy Exie.
Yeah,
so-
no, I mean if I do another fucking serial killer fucking bass CD, fucking I would definitely probably do Sunset Strip because
Hell
it's so
yeah.
classic.
Yeah, I agree. Now, it is interesting though, when you hear Doug's side of it, with the whole beheading thing.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm one that thinks that Carol in this situation might have been a little more involved than what she said, and I just figure they're both guilty of all the shit because it's too hard to pick apart who really did what, who was where.
Right.
I think they're just both fucking really con artists and liars. So
Yeah, I think you're right, dude. Now, 2 days later, they put the head of Exie in a box and dumped it in an alley near the famed Sunset Strip.
It was a sweet box.
But this isn't just like a fucking box from the grocery store. This is like a wooden box that she like
kind
went
of ornate
and bought.
and shit, yeah.
And there's actually evidence and a witness who said they sold it to her.
yeah,
The man found in the box, or a man found the box. I was thinking
The
man in
man
the box.
in the
That's
box.
what I was thinking. That's why
they
I
put it
said
in this fucking. They put it in this alley.
Yeah, he
and
thought it was a
fucking-
treasure chest.
Yeah, and it was dark out, so he fucking almost drove into it, and he fucking stops, gets out, and fucking opens it. Holy shit!
He's like, hell yeah, what's in here?
fucking head.
But a head wrapped in a T-shirt, Chris,
Says
with a
daddy's girl on it.
daddy's girl.
Oh my god!
What the
I-
fuck, man?
That's bad, dude. That was from another.
That was from another victim.
Another
But
victim.
still,
Yeah, that
the whole
was-
head wrapped in a daddy's girl
Yeah,
t-shirt.
that's-
It was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so hilarious.
Right.
Right?
In his head, yeah. it's
How
like-
bad this is going to freak somebody
Yeah.
out. This gets the police in fucking overdrive to solve this murder since it's near Sunset Strip. And, high visibility, media's all over it.
And let me say something else. At this time in 1980,
Yeah,
LA had 1,000 fucking homicides.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Like they were
We've been
dealing,
talking about LA at this time,
Yeah.
and they were fucking bombarded.
They
with
were
Hillside
dealing with
Strangler,
a lot. So fucking
all those freeway killings going on.
Yeah.
Lonnie fucking Kirby. I mean,
Ramirez.
Well,
fucking,
yeah,
the
was
Ramirez.
Sleeper.
after this, fucking
crazy. So,
It was fucking serial killer fucking
oh my
central
god,
at that time.
those
dude.
guys must have been so sick of fucking dealing with dead
Oh,
bodies, man. What the fuck? So 3 days later, a victim of Doug Clark's is found in the woods into the San Fernando Valley, and it was Marnette Comer, a runaway who the police believe had been killed 3 weeks prior. So this is the first known victim of Doug Clark, but the cops don't know it's Doug or Carol yet. But this is the first one that they find. All the while this is going on, Carol is going to see her former apartment manager and ex-boyfriend, poor old Jack Murray,
Yeah.
another sexual
Didn't-
fucking deviant.
He was
Australian.
married too.
Yeah.
And like fucking Carol actually tried to offer his wife money for her to leave him and shit at
Right.
one point, which is fucking fucked up. Like, I think it was only like $1,500. I'll give you $1,500 if you
To
just
leave
leave
him?
your husband so I can
That's
be
so
with him.
fucked up.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
Right? And she ends up getting drunk at one of his shows. Apparently he was singing some country and western songs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
All suave,
Hell yeah, he
Australian singing country. He's the original Keith Urban, apparently. So, she's, not a good thing that Jack starts to hint that he might go to the police once she starts telling him
she's just blabbing.
about
she's not
what
telling
they've
that.
been
Yeah,
doing.
she's-
Yeah.
And he's like,
what the fuck?
And
I
he
think I'm gonna
plays
go
it
to the
off,
cops.
but after she leaves, she gets to thinking like, oh man,
Oh, shit, I told
What
the
the
wrong
maybe I
person.
shouldn't have done that.
That was dumb.
Yeah.
So what'd she do?
She decides to go back and lure him out
But
to
she
his own
goes,
van.
she goes home and gets the gun though.
That's
Yeah.
right.
She didn't have the gun with her at the first time. But did she tell Doug?
I'm pretty sure she sold Doug, and
I
Doug was
think
pretty
she
much
did.
like,
He was
you
like,
got to take care
Yeah,
of
you
this.
gotta take
this.
care of
Yeah,
this.
so
Yeah.
she grabs the Raven and fucking
And she's like, goes
Heads
back,
back.
fucking like, hey, I was
Yeah.
kidding.
To
fucking
Little Nashville.
Offers to fuck him in his van, and he goes out about it
In his own fucking
in
van.
his own
man.
van, dude. Fucking
and then he's going down on her, right?
yeah, yeah.
He's giving her head, and then
And
she
she
takes the gun.
and shoots him in the
Dude,
fucking
what?
head.
Her and
That's
Doug,
so fucked
they
up.
both just love shooting the gun by their junk.
It's so fucked up.
That's like
It's so fucked up.
roulette, man. Balls
Oh
roulette.
my
or
god!
over
Yeah,
roulette.
what the fuck? So she winds up shooting him in the head, and it's definitely not a good thing here.
And she cuts his head off.
stabs him. She
Multiple
decapitated him because she doesn't want to leave the bullets there.
Yeah,
Right.
she do the ball. Yeah, that's,
But she leaves the fucking brass behind. So how fucking stupid was
that's
that?
not the smartest thing in the fucking world to do because
No.
there's ballistics on that shit.
Right. So that's pretty stupid. But, that's how it works. Now, apparently, he had a bunch of videotapes of them having sex, and the videotapes were all taken out of there. So none of the videotapes, I don't think, were left behind.
I didn't see that.
And the two of them wound up throwing his head away in a garbage can, and it was never found.
No.
So,
No, yeah, they never found his head.
so Chris, this is brutal as hell. Sounds like a Cannibal Corpse album. It happened in August of
Definitely
1980, and things are happening very quickly as these two are killing on their
Oh, they're
own,
just in
but kind of together. I mean, it's weird,
Yeah,
right?
they're just in full fucking rampage go mode. Like
like
I think-
outdoing each other,
I think Carol's trying to outdo fucking Doug, but That's what I think it is. She's trying to outdo him when she does that.
That's what I absolutely think.
Yeah, when
that
she
she
does-
was
when
like,
she
"Oh,
kill-
you go out and do all this shit.
Yeah,
I
you
do
think
this
you're
too.
the fucking king shit? Well, watch this."
Watch this. I'm going to fucking take him and fucking
Yeah, hold
murder
my
him.
beer, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, I 100% think that.
I mean, she
when
was
Carol
probably
did her
thinking,
thing-
"Man, I fucking do this. I take care of the problem that I caused." First off,
Right.
and then I fucking decapitate him because I'm fucking being smart.
fucking-
She fucks up other ways, but you know
Right.
she's thinking
Like, I'm
she's
taking
being
the
smart.
trying to
head.
be.
So she can be like, "Look, I can do this too." So now together
We can do it bigger.
Fucking, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, but she's not too bright, and the shell casings, obviously, the cops can link to the pistol. She's feeling really guilty about it and confides in some fucking nurses she works
Again,
with.
she can't shut the fuck
She
up.
cannot shut the fuck up, man. What the hell? It's like Sadie in the fucking Manson family.
That's exactly. That's
Very
a good
much like
analogy.
that.
Right
Like, what the hell? Just shut the fuck up. So the nurses go to the cops right away, Joey, and this leads to her just blabbing the fuck away.
Yeah, she was.
Man, you listen to the fucking call, dude.
Yeah, and she calls and she was like, "Hey," she's like, "You know all them fucking hookers that got killed?" And they're like, "Yeah." And she's like, "You want to know
You
who
want him
did it?"
today?
Yeah, I'll give you the man today. And they're like, "Yeah." And little did she know, she sets it up so she can meet them at this diner, I think, or
Right,
something.
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Little does she know that they were already fucking keen to where she was at and
Because
shit.
because she told the nurses. The nurses called
So
him.
they fucking sent them over there, the police.
Oh, wow.
And as soon as she's getting ready to fucking leave that place, they were right there. Or no, she fucking knew they were there because she was running around. She was grabbing evidence to bring
give
down
to
to,
them,
the
yeah.
police station
Oh,
to
wow.
give to them. Yeah. She was like, "Oh yeah, this and this." And like,
this.
I think she grabbed the fucking photo album with the pictures of the
They
11-year-old.
came up to the apartment and like she's like asked them, "Can I open that cabinet?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hold on, we'll help you or whatever."
Right.
Open it. Handed him the fucking album of fucking Doug with the fucking 11-year-old girl
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?"
Right? Something's up here. So, yeah, so this winds up becoming a fucking thing. She tells the police, I'm supposed to save lives, not take them. And, you know, was she just trying to beat Doug to the police? Or
Like,
who
I'm the
knows,
good
just
person,
guilty
yeah.
conscious?
I
don't
would
know.
wear a shirt with fucking her face that says, I'm supposed to save lives, not take them." That
I would
be
totally
pretty
wear
bad.
That would
one,
be
dude.
good.
That one fucking.
Yeah.
She not only admits to killing Jack Murray, but she also tells the police about the other victims. And like you said, Chris, the pictures. Of course, Carol is not shown in any of the pictures. She's the one that was taking them. So, but according to Doug, she was more involved with the girl than he was. That's what he said.
Dude, that's because they don't care about each other.
I know they don't.
It's like,
Or
I
at
gotta
least he
save
didn't
Maya.
care about
Well,
her.
he don't
Right,
at
that's
all.
how I feel. He was like,
Dude, wasn't there a point
I don't really want a bunch of pictures with you in it.
Yeah. I'd
Right,
rather
I
this
just-
11-year-old looks better.
Like, you don't need you.
It's fucked up. She tells the cops, I don't know if you ever have in your life shot anybody, but it's really fun to do. It sounds terrible, but it is. I mean, what the fuck, Chris? I mean, that's about as cold as it gets, man.
She
not even
was
the worst
like,
quote.
killing's fun.
Killing's fun, and if I was let loose, I would do
I would
it again.
do it again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, matter of factly, she's like, "Oh,
Like,
I
and
would."
that's just when she's on the fucking. Was that the interview? Or was that?
That's when she was on the phone.
That's when she was on the
Talking
phone.
to
Yeah,
him,
exactly. Yeah.
And she also said that putting the makeup on Exy's head was like working with a big Barbie doll.
Super creepy.
Very creepy.
Whoa.
Doug is believed to have been murdered an unidentified girl that was very badly decomposed and found in August of 1980 in Newhall, California, which is near Santa Clara. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children had a reconstruction sketch done of the victim, but still remains unsolved. They don't know who she is, so sad. From the sketch, I mean, I'm guessing 10 or 11, so pretty young.
Yeah, that
Obviously, at most, young teenager. Police arrest Carol and Doug. The murder weapons are found at Doug's workplace. Carol gets
Did you
charged.
see when they fucking first went there to talk to the guys.
I was just gonna say that
they were like, fucking. There's this huge boiler. I don't remember what it was, like 4 stories high or something like that.
it said it would take 3 days.
Yeah, and it got up to like 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So they're like, okay, well, that's probably where he's fucking threw the shit. So they tell the managers of the plant, they're like, we need to shut that down so we can look in and do an investigation. And the plant manager's like, well, first off, like Chris was saying, it's going to take 3 or 4 fucking days
for it to cool down enough to even...
And then it's going to take us another week to get it back online going again. Right. So what you're asking is ridiculous. So the cops are like, okay, well, we're going to give you another day. You look around here and you find something, and then we won't have to do that. Otherwise, we're going to come back with the search warrant.
Right.
And so they came and they found the fucking guns.
Yeah, they had boilers that big when I did that inspection of the old Bartonville Asylum. They had 3 of them
it takes
that were 4 stories high.
4 days for it to cool down
I
enough.
wouldn't doubt it, man. I mean, the ones we were doing were dead, but, I could see, like, in their heyday, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of fucking asbestos in that fucking place, I can tell you that.
But yes, they did end up getting the fucking the guns, both of them.
Yeah, so at his workplace.
His work, yeah.
Doug Clark gets charged with 6 murders of the prostitutes, plus the unknown girl. Carol gets charged with the murder of Jack Murray and an unknown victim who she said she was part of that. So yeah, that's the deal.
And even like when she was on the phone talking to the fucking dispatch the first place when she called, and she was like, oh, yeah, Jack Murray, I did him. That was me.
Yeah, straight up on the phone.
Right.
Just super matter of fact about it and shit.
She wanted to show that, like you said, Joey, that she was just as much a part of it.
Yeah.
Now, Chris, Doug would act as his own defense attorney. Never a good idea.
Chris's favorite thing.
Yeah, Chris, that's your favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't know,
I
man.
mean, I guess dudes that think they're smarter than the rest of the world would do it. I mean, sometimes people get by with it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
it's
few
been
of
known
them,
to
but
happen,
very few.
But when you're in a fucking case this fucking huge, this is like your fucking life for real.
Exactly.
Like, no, get somebody who's actually got the knowledge and shit to help you.
Right.
Fuck.
So, yeah, that's just fucked up. He winds up getting sentenced to death, Chris, in 1983.
Yep.
But he's still sitting there hanging out.
He's on death row still right now as we speak.
Yeah. Now, Joey, I did see that criminologist Christopher Berry D said that Doug Clark had legitimately 5 alibis for 6 of those murders, but the judge would not allow it into the trial. Did you see any of that?
Not too much, but I have the feeling that the judge probably feels like I would feel, where I'd be like, I don't want to talk to your 5 or 6 scumbag friends.
I want this one that we can get you on.
Because all your friends are probably liars like you are, so I'm not going to waste the court's time bringing your fucking shithole bar buddies in here.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? The judge might have been thinking that very thing.
I don't know, but it's
hard
just...
to say.
I like the way you said that.
It's just I mean, by the time you're talking to fucking Doug Clark way after all this shit happened, you know what I'm saying? And all the time that he's fucking had to think up this fucking story. The way he can put together the fucking the Ted Bundy killings and their killings to try to show as a copy. Like, that shit's like, wow, you fucking came up with as much conspiracy as you could. You came up with some shit.
You got nothing but time to think about this shit and put it together.
This is like your true story to you in your head. So by the time you did this interview, man, you were ready to fucking tell this thing.
Yeah, ready to come full throttle with it. Yeah.
Because that was years later.
Yeah.
Now, another thing with the case against Doug Clark is that Carol's testimony had several inconsistencies. The one murder in question was that last one, the Jane Doe. Carol had told the police about it later, but when she was told that Doug had an alibi on that date, they allowed her to modify her confession. That seems strange to me.
Sketchy, yeah.
Makes you wonder if he really may not have been guilty as they led on to believe. I don't know. Like we said, they're both fucking liars. I did see that he mentioned she apparently withdrew $3,000 from his bank account, but said the police took the money away. I don't fucking know. A journalist that met with her in prison said she was much darker and much colder than the way she was perceived in the media. Kind of in the media like, oh, poor me, the woman,
Right.
taken advantage of by,
Like Carlo
you know,
Maldo.
the suave, you know, bucktooth fucking
Charles
Ted
Starkweather.
Bundy fucking
And that's never been the vibe I've got from her. I've always thought that she was a fucking complacent fucking partner in this.
Right. Complain as shit.
Yeah, exactly. So, Chris, I don't know what you make about all this Doug Clark's guilt and what he's claiming and
I
how.
100% think they both fucking did exactly. I think she helped more probably with the fucking other murders than she lets on. But I think they both did what they did. Like what
Yeah.
we're talking about, like taking these girls and doing whatever
Right.
and being a part about it. I don't think there's anything about Doug Clark's thoughts. That's just him being crazy.
Right. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Now, Joey Carroll winds up with 25 years for Jack Murray and 27 for the Jane Doe, but she dies at age 61 of a heart attack in prison in 2003.
Yeah, and he fucking sits on death row. And fucking, it's funny because...
In that white cap, man.
Yeah, but he was fucking talking to him and he was like, all these motherfuckers wanted to put me to death for this shit. I've outlived the forensic fucking pathologist. I've outlived the fucking
Attorneys.
prosecutor. Fucking
Dude, like
yeah.
all
He's
the
like,
fucking-
I'm still here. They're all dead. So
Yep.
who got the real death sentence? I was like, that's so funny.
It
It was
is
like,
fucked
we're
up.
all going to die at some time. So
Right.
I don't know.
That's
Yeah, it's
fucking
fucked up.
crazy that like everybody that put him in,
Yeah.
he's still alive. I mean, yeah, he's in prison, but
They're all
Crockety old
dead.
motherfucker. You
yeah,
know?
dude.
Yeah, he's definitely fucking cocky. Man.
Oh, God.
I read that one reporter, that met with Doug Clark at county jail said he was pissed he wasn't getting the same attention as the Hillside Stranglers, who were there at the same time he was. The same reporter that met with Carol Bundy as well said that they were both master manipulators,
yeah.
both liars. And she said she had trouble sleeping after this because how skeezy they were. That's pretty fucked
Makes you
up.
feel dirty.
Right. So Joey, Chris, anything to add to the
Nah.
case here tonight?
Sunset Strip Killers. The only thing I was going to say, I just thought it was fucking funny, hearsay, but Carol Bundy said that Doug Clark, one way that he fucking decided if he was going to fucking kill the hooker or not
Is it
was
the
how
game-
good she gave head.
Yeah.
Oh,
If she
wow.
gave good head, she would live. If not, got to kill her.
Yep,
That's
I
so
saw that
fucked
too.
up.
dude.
He fucking totally, he had that complex too, kind of like Ridgway and shit, where he didn't look at fucking hookers as nothing but hookers, and he didn't look at women as nothing but hookers, basically. Like,
Pretty much.
you're here to fucking do a job and yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So fucking, he was just like mean-hearted some bitch from the beginning.
Yeah.
And she was probably, if not, he probably said that to her at one time, like, that bitch fucking gave the worst head, so I had to kill her,
I mean, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's fucked up, man. I did my research with this one, watching a couple good documentaries on YouTube. The Serial Killers podcast was good. I also read a really good article in Los Angeles Magazine about the case.
Hell yeah.
And I mentioned the book Talking with Psychopaths and Savages by Christopher Barry D. Very, very good. Got a chapter on these two with some stuff from his interviews and everything. There's quite a bit out there on these two, but they are overshadowed by all the rest of the craziness going on in Los Angeles
In
at
that
that
fucking
time.
era, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's tough to be above
Which is
the
weird
fold.
that one's fucking overshadowed
all that's
by
going
some,
on,
dude,
man.
Because it's brutal.
It is. You would think this would have been a front page story in probably any other city, but because Los Angeles
Right.
was such a mess, it was just drowned out by all the other killings. It's fucking horrible. Next week, though, we got Tex on, Chris. We're bringing him back.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Another
dude.
Texas case, though. This isn't a prison story. This is about Christopher Dunch. And if you don't know who that is,
Don't you know?
don't you know? Dr. Death is his nickname. The horrible crimes against his patients. He was a neurosurgeon that left 2 dead and many others permanently disabled. People trust him, and he does horrible shit to them. One woman was in such agony after her spinal surgery. The other doctor that opened her up said he opened her up and it was like Dunch had taken the screws and all the shit he was supposed to connect and dumped it out inside of her and just closed her up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
God
They show the
damn.
nurses like while he's operating, and they're just like horrified at what he's doing. They're like, don't know what to do, you know? And it's a fucked up story. Tex is the one that brought it up. The docuseries Dr. Death is really good. And then there's another one of the true story. I think it's also on Peacock, but you can watch both.
Yeah.
I would
they're
suggest
both on
watching
Peacock.
both of them. Dr. Death is good. It's got Kelsey Grammer, Alec Baldwin.
No, I was talking. Yeah, it's got both of them.
Christian
I was gonna
Slater.
watch the real
Yeah.
fucking
Watch them
documentary.
both because you get more of the story from watching both of them.
Right.
It's interesting. But this dude was fucked up, and it's a good story. So Tex is going to be on with us.
Fuck yeah.
So that'll be awesome. Joey, what about some page a day? You got
Yeah.
any for us?
Yeah, we got some page a day.
Fuck yeah.
A little bit of fucking love in the air since it was Valentine's. Of course, they were doing some Valentine's oriented ones. So
Nice.
first one they're talking about, we talked about before, but the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. So
Hell yeah.
February 14th of 1929, 4 men dressed as police officers walk into gangster Bugs Moran's headquarters in Chicago. Moran's not there because he's fucking running late for the day. By the time he shows up outside the warehouse, he assumes it's a raid, so he's waiting outside, which ended up saving his life because the 4 men were actually hitmen hired by rival gangster Al Capone. They lined up 7 of Moran's men up against the wall of the warehouse, shot them all. Fucking bloodbath out on the street. Capone and Moran had been feuding over control of smuggling and trafficking in Chicago through the 20s, and it wasn't the first attempt one had made on the other's life, but it was the last. Capone went on to go to prison for tax evasion in 1931, and the massacre killed enough of Moran's higher-ups to permanently weaken his control over the Chicago territory. He basically was relegated to small-time robberies until he went to prison in 1946.
Valentine's
Yeah,
Day.
that's brutal.
So, yeah, we did a Capone episode too. Go fucking check that out. It was
Yeah,
good.
Oh, yeah.
definitely, dude. Yeah, that's some brutal shit. You lined 7 dudes up right there on the
Yeah,
street.
just gun them down, man.
Brap, don't give a shit. We out. Fuck it.
So now we're going to go to Clearwater, Florida, and as we all know, Florida is always a fun place to go
Oh,
to.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Melissa Dome, she's 20 years old when Robert Lee Burton Jr., her ex-boyfriend, violently attacks her in the early hours of January 24th, 2012.
That's a lot of, yeah.
January 24th, 2012. So he has a no contact order because of a previous assault, but of course he fucking breaks that, comes in. He had been calling her messenger for days, begging for closure, and he wanted one final hug from her. That's what he kept saying, you know. She's just trying to get rid of him for good, so she agrees to meet him one last time outside of Clearwater, outside of her house. And as they embraced, she hears the click of a switchblade. He then stabs her 32 times in the face, head, neck, and arms, pausing only to retrieve a larger knife from his truck before continuing the attack.
Oh, damn.
Then he drives off. Witnesses, they call 911. She had to crawl out of the way to avoid getting hit by his truck. So she's like stabbed as fuck on the ground, fucking crawling away.
How many times?
32 times.
God damn.
So first responder Cameron Hill gets to the scene just in time, resuscitates her after she flatlined several times. She suffered a stroke due to the blood loss. Her skull was cracked. All of her teeth were knocked out. The trauma surgeon who later treated her said she was seconds away from dying, but she survived.
Jesus.
So Burton was apprehended only hours after the attack, after he overdosed on sleeping pills and crashed his truck. In 2013, he pleaded guilty to attempted first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And crazily, his father was arrested in 2018 of sexual battery with a deadly weapon after his DNA matched him to a January 21st, 1993 rape scene.
Wow.
So
Holy
they're
fuck.
talking about the cycle of abuse continuing. you know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So Dome, she underwent cognitive and speech therapy, facial reconstruction surgery, and physical therapy to learn how to walk. She graduated from college and became a domestic violence prevention advocate and speaker. She also went on to find love. 2 months after she was attacked, she met Cameron Hill, who was the responder who showed up on the scene.
Right.
She met him for lunch. They fell in love and married on March 4th, 2017. And she wore a garter embroidered with the phrase, "He's the reason my heart beats."
Wow.
God damn. Hell yeah. That's a good story, dude.
Damn.
Like, without it, you know what I mean, though, dude. Yeah.
So I'm going to bring up this one. It's kind of love. It's gay love, so it's love.
Okay.
But because I got the gay going on and shit, so repping Australia a little bit today.
Right.
But it's about the banning of the gay panic in Australia. So as of 1920, not back then. As of 2020, 11 out of 50 states in the U.S. banned gay and trans panic defenses. Like, you can't use it that you were scared because the person was different sexual orientation or something like that. Which is a legal strategy which asks for a jury to find the victim's sexual orientation or gender identity is to blame for the defendant's violent action, including murder. Like, that was used as defense for murder and everything.
Right.
So Australia is pretty ahead of the curve in that. The country bans the provocation defense, which I had brought that up before too.
Right.
That once mitigated punishment for those who claimed they'd been moved to violence by their victims' nonviolent sexual advances, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Tasmania, where Gape's from,
Right.
they were the first to ban the defense in 2003. And Tasmania used to be known as Bigots Island because of how anti all that they were, but now it's known as one of the foremost runners in legislation for law reforms for the gay community and stuff.
Interesting.
So they use nonviolent sexual advances of any kind as a defense is no longer allowed. There's a lot of states that are doing the same thing, like they said. South Australia was the first state to legalize consensual gay sex, and ironically was the last to ban the panic defense in 2020. So pretty weird.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right, I got two more. So both of these are kind of funny. So in 2007, an employee at a Mexican restaurant in El Lago, Texas, he calls police to report a theft. This dude did a dine and dash, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ate and took the fuck off.
I can't say I've never done it.
Right. So this dude does a dine and dash, and then he runs over to a vacant building across the street and goes in there. So the guy's like, okay, calls the cops, tells him, like, okay, dude's right there. Like, he went there. So the officer, he finds the door around the back of the building open. And upon entering it, he calls out Marco in an attempt to try to, put some humor
Like
in the
Polo.
situation.
Nice.
And the suspect calls back Polo.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
And he's apprehended by the officer.
Oh, my God.
The manager declined
Wow.
to press charges for the theft, but the guy was charged with criminal trespass. But
That's fun. The motherfucker straight
That's
up said
hilarious.
Polo.
Yeah.
This
Polo.
stupid motherfucker.
Oh, wow.
And what my last one from Page a Day, thanks again, Page a Day, also going to Australia with this one, but
Fuck yeah.
in January of 2019, these people are having a lovely stroll through a suburban town in Perth, Australia, when all of a sudden a pedestrian hears a toddler screaming at the top of their lungs and a man repeatedly yelling, "Why don't you die? Why don't you die?"
God damn.
And so the concerned passerbys, they dial 000, which is their
They're
911.
911, yeah.
And it triggers a full emergency response. So they fucking police show up, all these people, you know what I'm saying? And what they found was a very frightened, arachnophobic man screaming in desperation at a large spider.
Oh, wow.
So the police disposed of the spider and no one was injured, but he's out there just yelling, "Why would you die?" And fucking these people think it's a fucking attack.
Oh, wow.
But that wasn't the first time that an arachnid caused a false alarm of this kind, because in 2015 in Sydney, this resident heard a woman screaming, a man yelling, "I'm going to kill you, you're dead," and the sound of
Get the fuck
furniture
outta
being
here.
thrown in a neighbor's
Oh,
apartment.
damn. Some Benoit Anger management.
When police arrived at the scene, they found the man alone in his apartment shrieking and chasing a spider with a can of insect spray. So
Wow.
spiders, man, causing
guess.
fucking drama.
Dude, they say fucking
Damn.
Australia's like, they got a lot of motherfuckers.
Oh, them
down
hunter
there.
spiders they got down
Fuck
there,
yeah,
shit.
dude.
Fuck
Oh,
that.
man.
But yeah, that was Page
Wow.
a Day for
Page
today.
a day. Gotta love
Holy
it. Yeah,
shit,
some
dude.
Australian shit. That's awesome. All right, well, we have done our fair share of
fuck yeah,
murdering
yeah.
tonight, so I think it's time to crank up the metal and talk about it. So, Joey, what the hell do we need to do?
Hey, mate, let's get all metal on, you bloody cunts.
Just because CK has passed on, he's not done educating the masses. CK will forever be the great metal motherfucker. We're here to stomp poser ass and eradicate the planet of their kind. CK has passed the torch to us, and we will forge the fuck on. In CK's name, we will bestow metal knowledge upon all of you. All right. CK, long live the great metal motherfucker.
Got his episode coming up real soon, too.
That's right. We've been working behind the scenes for some good tribute to CK stuff. Got some good things in store. So that's the last week of March, which is his birthday. So that's when we're going to do it.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Well, guys, Chris.
Hold on. Before you get into Korrosive.
Okay.
I can't wait for you to do it. But usually we eat Pop-Tarts here, like, going into the metal segment a lot of times,
Right.
We've had other fucking treats too.
Yes, we have
had
some good Christmas ones. Cannoli.
Some honey oil.
So, so Rick Ring, who's a listener,
boy,
he sent me a little something.
Oh yeah, you said it's from Australia.
From Australia, from
Is that
Tasmania.
fucking Roo jerky?
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see. So he sent some Vegemite. He did send some Vegemite, but I didn't bring that with me. But Rick's really big into making jerky.
Okay.
And he made two kinds. He made a maple and a hot chili.
Okay.
So as you're doing the Korrosive, I'm going to bust these open. We're going to try it out a little bit.
All right.
But yeah, all the way from fucking Tasmania.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I don't know if this is kangaroo or
it's
fucking
human.
I don't know.
Rick is pretty nasty, man.
Hell yeah. I'm
it
down.
could be anything.
So I don't know. But anyway, we're going to
Dead
try this
Australian
out.
hookers.
And since I know Rick listens to the fucking podcast,
Yeah,
fucking
Hell yeah, that's
you'll
a
hear
great
this
idea,
too,
Joey.
so.
No, I'm down with that. Yeah.
All right, so go ahead, Pete.
All right. Well, hell yeah. So Chris handed me the horns tonight, so
Yes,
I got
sir.
the horns for the metal segment, which means I've picked the band that we're going to feature tonight, and we've been taking turns doing that since CK passed, and we find it a good way to continue the tradition here. Now, I picked this band. They're from Toronto, Korrosive. I really dig those guys. That's Korrosive with a K. They're a thrash metal band formed in 2015 by singer Rad Zaray. I think that's how you say it. Super cool guy. I heard about them when I talked with John Duke from Votov. When I asked him, who's some bands he likes. They share the same label, which is CDN Records, which is an amazing label.
They got a fucking awesome fucking
Oh my God, what a catalog of fucking brutal shit. Death, thrash, and other extreme bands. So really, really cool label. And so these guys are label mates. And Korrosive has released 2 EPs. One is called Destroyed, pretty cool name, in 2018. And Melting From Within in 2019. They also released a live album called Live at the Rock Pile in 2021.
Pile hard as fuck.
Right? And their debut full-length album on CDN Records was last year as well, Caustic Hordes. So really, really good album. I think it fucking kills. Solid production. The songs fucking rip. And as they've done, through some lineup changes here, they have settled in on a really strong lineup with Rad singing, Kaveh Ashfar on drums, Carlos Rodriguez on bass, Jack Neela on guitars, and Derek Solomos also on guitars. They've got merch on their Bandcamp page. I'll try to link to that in the episode description so you guys could support it. They got CDs on there, shirts, all sorts of cool stuff. I recently had the chance to interview the singer, Rad, and one of the guitar players, Jack, and I'm going to play a 6-minute clip of that. So check this shit out. This is my interview I recently did with Korrosive.
We try to emulate our idols, right? The way we listen to music or metal when we were growing up. That's the guy I want to sound like. That's like, unfortunately, what you want to sound like, my throat, no matter, my personal my personal hero growing up was Chuck Billy of Testament. I
Me
love
too,
Testament.
man. That's funny.
Yeah, I love Testament so much, and like Chuck Billy himself, he actually experimented with like a couple of like vocal styles, and you see that as they evolve as a band throughout the years.
Yeah, I love Demonic. I love how he stepped it
Exactly.
up with that one.
That's right.
But like you said, he varies it up a little bit, puts a little melody into the music too, which is unique for heavy bands, you know. So that's cool. Good one to emulate.
Step Brothers is just playing behind you.
What?
I love how Step Brothers is playing behind you.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was behind you. That's
Step
great.
Brothers.
You're talking about vocals and he's teabagging his drum set.
That's funny. Now, speaking of your album, Caustic Hordes, that came out last year. What was the process like from the writing to the recording of that?
Go for it, Jack.
All right. It was all my idea because I got asked to join the band March 2020, so right when the pandemic was hitting. And like there's like the bit of the scare and we didn't really know what was happening, but they had a gig booked for May 3rd, which was obviously canceled. But and I knew that too. I didn't want to tell them, hey, that gig's obviously going to be canceled, and then I'm out of an opportunity.
Right.
I know the drummer Kave from Protocol. We're in that band together. Same role. I'm on guitar there, and he's the drummer there. They needed a live guitarist, so I said sure. I asked them what tuning they were in, and they said D standard. So I set a guitar up to D standard. I showed up and I learned their songs, and they had another song, and that song was Chaotic Evil. I'm like, okay, so there's 5 songs that I'm learning, all of the Melting From Within EP and this new song. The gig gets canceled, and then during like lockdowns and stuff, like Rehearsal Factory closed some of its locations temporarily. We ended up going to Bastille in Town on Paul St. Pierre. We ended up writing more and more and more, and then halfway through, I'm like, okay, why don't we write like 4 new originals and then re-record the Melting From Within songs because they could use a production boost and have a full-length album, because full-length albums they get more attention.
Right.
An EP just isn't enough, especially for thrash metal. You got to have a nice good chunk of songs. As time went on, we decided, okay, we're gonna scrap Banana Mosh. It's a goofy song. No one's really gonna take us seriously if we have this unfunny execution compared to all these other more serious tracks. And time went on. We wrote more songs and more songs, and then we had the album all ready to go. We were supposed to record in November 2020, and then our guitar player quits out of nowhere, like just left her dicks in her hands, and we're like, "Fuck, what do we do?" We're fucked, because he had solos to play. And so I had to come up with his solo. So all guitar is done by me. And I mean, that was a tall order, and I'm kind of glad I did it. I got to have a lot of control over, tone and production and all that.
Sure.
My old rock band, we recorded a few things with this engineer, Ben Erickson. One of the songs we did a cover song. We covered Sad Statue by System of a Down. And I'm like, okay, there's blast beats, there's double bass, there's there's heavy guitar. I'm like, this is like kind of a recipe for thrash metal, even though it's not a thrash metal song. The engineer hit it out of the park. So I'm like, guys, let's go with this guy. Ben Erickson is so fucking good. And so they all were on board with it, which is great. I showed them the song, and they're like, this is so heavy, like really heavy. And because of our guitar player quitting, we had to reschedule recording. And the day he quit, none of us were in a good mood. We were really pissed off. And I used that angry energy to write the song Vitralism, which was the last song recorded for the album. So we're down to 7 new songs. And I thought, let's redo Acidized. I quite like the song. It'll flow well into the closing track, Septic Messiah. So we brought that song back, 8-song album, rescheduled recording to January and February. Recording took about 3 weeks. Vocals were like 3 or 4 half days because Rad can't be wearing his voice out all the time.
Yeah, that's a lot to do in a day, full day of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did guitar was, I think it was a day and a half. The first half day we got guitar tones, and then the second day we did like the remaining 6 songs. I did the first 2 one day, and that was tough. That was really hard. I consider myself to be a very disciplined guitar player. Like I got to be really tight. I got to know exactly what I'm doing, and but all the down picking, I wanted.
Fuck yeah, man. Little
Good
clip
ass
of that.
interview, man.
It's 51 minutes long, so we got into a lot of cool discussions, but that was a little taste of that. So yeah, if you like Exodus, Testament, Overkill, old school thrash, go check them out. Really, really good band. Korrosive, that's with a K, from Toronto. So we've been trying some of Rick's beef jerky here.
Oh
Holy
my God,
shit.
that hot one's got me fucking dying over there, dude.
He sent us the hot one, and
The
I
hot
tried
chili,
that one.
yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Pretty good stuff. And then I tried the maple one.
Yeah.
Maybe one's good, but I don't know.
Really
Something
good.
about that hot one, the piece I took, something about it, dude. Fucking, whew.
Yeah, my mouth is definitely like on fire, and I just took a little nibble of it.
That's
so.
what I expect from
Wow.
Australia. So thank you, Rick.
Hell yeah,
yeah,
Rick, thank
Rick.
you. I
That was
appreciate
awesome,
it, man.
man.
Shit's good as fuck.
Nothing like listening to some fucking good thrash metal and chewing on some
Hell
fucking
yeah.
fire fucking jerky. That's for sure. All right, Joey, what about the Lost Classic tonight, dude?
Yes. Close my fucking water. God damn, my
God
mouth.
damn.
I'm going back to. I have a hard time figuring out if this album is from 1986 or 1987. I think it was because an original press was put out in '86, but
Then
the
it
actual
got
real
back.
vinyl release and
Right,
everything was
okay.
1987. But I'm going. My Lost Classic is from Germany, and it's fucking Assassin, the Upcoming Terror. That fucking album is so badass. That was their first full length that they came out with.
Who was it?
Assassin from
okay.
Germany, and just a really fucking good album. At the time, I was really into bands like fucking Laz Rocket and shit like that. So like the war theme was pretty big. So Assassin was definitely one of the bands that was good. I feel like later on as their career continued a little bit, they didn't do quite as good with some of the other albums. That's just my opinion. But man, the Upcoming Terror from Assassin, go
Hell
fucking
yeah.
jam
I'll have
that
to
shit.
check that out.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Very cool. Well, Chris, what have you been
I
listening to
can't
lately?
specify anything, honestly. I all over the place.
All over the
time, dude.
place? All right.
I don't know. I really can't specify anything.
Joey, what about you?
Whew. Fucking mouth.
I know,
Right?
my mouth is
Yeah.
on fire, man.
I don't know.
Wow.
Fucking jamming some fucking that esophagus rot. That's what I got in the car right now, which is me and Darren from Texas.
Which is badass.
yeah, Jumping the Shark. Which fucking our buddy Alex from Crotch Ripper, his new label, he's doing Troll Tracks. They released that album, so that's out.
That's
I'm
awesome.
I've been stoked on that, and then also been jamming fucking a little bit of Handsome Prick and some of the Pink Machines, so both Indiana grind bands. Full Terror's been announcing their fucking
Dude,
the
their lineup's looking
lineup.
pretty
So
badass,
you know,
dude.
as I keep seeing bands pop up, like fucking Creeping Death's playing now.
I
and
saw that.
I was like, and fucking, you know, Acid Witch and shit. I was like, hell yeah. So check out some of those bands, of course, because they get popped into your mind, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been jamming some Demolizer. Been definitely digging those guys from Denmark. And because of that interview I did with Jesper from Killing, we started talking about and went down a big old rabbit hole for Merciful Fate and King Diamond.
Yeah.
And I've been jamming some of that stuff lately. Just good shit.
This is just random, but like usually I get home when I get home, like Jeopardy comes on at 4:30. I sit and watch Jeopardy, dude.
All right.
So today, like one of the questions was
Norwegian black metal.
dissenter, another word meaning pull from the ground. I'm like exhumed. They're both metal bands.
That's
And
funny.
that was the answer, dude.
Which, speaking of Dissenter, they just fucking, their new album just fucking came out too, so go check that out.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Chicago death metal.
Oh, hell yeah. The 666 Club, we talk about that. That's our Patreon way you could support the show for just $3 a month. You get all sorts of cool bonus stuff, 10% off merch, episodes
Fuck yeah.
early. extra content. We just did that Manson family episode that
Hell
only
yeah.
the 666 clubbers can listen to.
If you want to hear that shit, it's
That's
fucking
right.
$3.
Check the episode description. $3 a month, man. That's nothing. All right. Well, I think we have done plenty of metal tonight. So, Chris, what the fuck do we need to do?
Oh, let us get our mayhem on.
Gentlemen, it's that special time of the year again. Nothing says let's sweeten up that honey pot more than springtime. A little spring cleaning, if you will. You can't have your wife's cooter stinking up the block when the windows and doors are open after a long, hard winter. A little Dr. Keen's vagina maintenance, ching, is just what you need to cover up that funk. With Mother's Day coming, nothing says you love her more than our special Poontang Potpourri. Poontang Potpourri? Poontang Potpourri. You'll think you woke up in a bed of roses instead of that dumpster behind Long John Silver's. Fucking gross. Pick up a tub of our Poontang Potpourri this month and get a complimentary Dr. Keen's Vagina Maintenance Clothespin for you to close your nose when you smell that gross-ass cunt. Dr. Keen's Vagina Maintenance. We've been serving Snatch Up for more than 50 years.
Always coming in
It
clutch.
never gets old with the Geen.
No,
It never,
Dr.
ever
Geen's
gets
Vagina
old.
Maintenance. That was a new one we just did. Joey did a great job always with that.
Dude.
Yeah,
Fucking
those are
hilarious. That's the first. We've got a few we're going to roll out in the next few weeks. Wow. Got Tex involved with it.
Yes, we do, dude.
Tex's wife
yeah.
got in on
Fuck
this
yeah.
shit, so it's crazy. Before that was Korrosive and the song Vitrilism.
Hell yeah.
Love
Tearing
those
shit
guys. Really good stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be your next horns.
Yeah. Well, it is my next horn.
That's what I'm saying. It's going to be your
I just
next.
did it.
Yeah.
I just did
Oh, wait,
Korrosive.
Killing's your next one.
Killing
Shit.
is the
God
next
damn,
one.
my
Another
fucking
K
brain's
band.
stupid.
I saw you hit the whiskey. I knew it.
I knew it.
Yeah, the McCormick's just came out, Chris, and that usually means things might get a little interesting here. Joey, you said you got a little mayhem for us tonight?
Yeah, the only mayhem I was going to talk about was, a while back we had one of our fucking listeners, and, I chose to keep his name quiet, which he was thankful for.
Right.
But he brought me and Chris this honey that we got sitting on
Oh,
the
dude,
1,000
you
milligrams.
talking about? Yeah.
So for the Super Bowl, he had also brought some caramel.
Oh, okay.
And I made these chocolate brownies.
Yeah, the same
with
time he brought the honey, he brought the caramel.
Yeah, he brought both of them together.
So for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I saved this for the Super Bowl, and I made some brownies that had the caramel in it, and then I had some butter that was fucking pretty potent.
Dude.
But, we ate that, and we ended up fucking enjoying the Super Bowl a lot more than we probably would have had we not. So
they were so good, too,
yeah,
man.
so again, I just wanted to bring it up because, that's one of our fucking 666 listeners.
Yeah, that's
supporting
awesome,
in
man.
weird ways, but thanks for
Yeah,
supporting.
that is
and
cool.
he's a big-time listener to the show, too.
He is.
He is 100%.
I figured I'd give him a little shout out and let him know that we did appreciate the. He brought fucking Pete Dahmer book that was fucking written in '92, like the year after fucking he was arrested.
Oh, wow.
That one that
Really?
he brought you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
So-
that was really
He's giving
cool.
us lots of shit. We got the fucking Gacy fucking light switch cover for
That's
Oh,
right.
that's
That's
right,
right.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
been very, very cool to us, and so very,
Actually,
very
if
awesome.
you go back and listen to past episodes, you could probably figure out who we're talking
Probably, but we're not going to say. We're not
Right.
going to say. All right. Well, tonight we got a good killer cage match, and we're doing something special tonight, Chris. We're on video.
What
Joey,
the
we're
fuck
on
is
video
going
over
on?
there.
Hell yeah.
The new webcam. trying it out and seeing how it works. You guys get to
We're just a bunch
see
of rednecks. We don't care.
behind the bloody curtain here tonight how we do this. So we got some listeners.
Yes, we do. We
want to thank, but first we got 75 killers, 75 objects for them to fight with that we came up with. The listeners provide the random numbers so we know who's going to fight and what they're fighting with. So who do we want to say thank you to?
Yeah, we got fucking the homie Ray McFalls, Rebecca Boomsock, the number one motherfucker in the competition ever.
The only listener to be in a killer cage match herself.
Like, fuck yeah, dude.
She's
like,
so
for real.
brutal.
And then we got Nicole
Beat up
Graves
Eileen
Anderson
Warnos,
out there.
too.
Yeah, dude.
Catherine Knight.
Yeah, and then we
sorry
got
I
Nicole
stepped
Graves
on you.
Anderson, dude. So
Hell
fuck yeah, dude.
Another
Thank you.
listener who's been
That's
around
huge
for a
listener.
while.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And Joey, we got a good one tonight in the cage, fighting to death.
I'm Jack the Ripper, and I'm slashing prices. Jack the Ripper, he's going to go up against fucking Ted Bundy. Fucking, he just loved women in every way possible.
He did.
Like
including
even
the
when they were
violent,
dead,
brutal
yeah.
ways. Yeah.
Even post-mortem, man.
So yeah, fucking
Douglas
Jack
Clark,
the Ripper,
man.
the Enigma versus fucking Ted Bundy.
Yeah, a good matchup tonight. And Chris, they got a couple interesting objects to fight with. What's the deal with that?
They got a fucking fence post wrapped in barbed wire, which makes sense. I grew up in the country. You've seen a lot of those. Just driving down the fence is broken. It's just wrapped up around there.
Right.
Like,
That could be brutal.
that's going to hurt some.
Right.
And then they got a rusty hacksaw, which I grew up in the country. I've seen a few of those too, motherfucker. God
Yeah.
damn.
And the variable, this is an interesting one. Comedian George Lopez tripping on some acid that he got from Ricky Casso.
Oh, shit.
The Acid King. So,
All right.
So Chris, I mean, this is an interesting one. We got Jack the Ripper and Ted Bundy in a cage with a fence wrapped in barbed wire and rusty hacksaw with George Lopez
They're in
tripping
the
on
cage.
acid from Ricky Casso.
So
what the hell's
fucking
gonna
Ted
happen?
Bundy's coming into this fucking cage like he's got fucking Ric Flair fucking whoa. The fucking Ripper's coming in like he's goddamn what's his name? Fucking the Crypt Keeper, not the Crypt Keeper. What's his name? I don't watch wrestling, dude.
Who, Undertaker?
Yeah, the Undertaker.
All right, I don't,
He's in that
you're looking at
club.
me like I watch it. I'm like,
I know you don't watch it either. I'm just like, God, there's got to be a thing because it's like cloud of smoke and shit. But I
Punky,
feel
you're
like
talking about
that's-
Punky Brooks.
Yeah, that's punky. But yeah, as far as stature, nobody knows what Jack the Ripper looks like, dude.
Right. It's hard to say, you know.
Bundy
but
wasn't like a small man, like. So I don't know how to go on that.
both physical. So I mean, you know, Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, Jack the Ripper
physical,
went in hard, dude.
and so did Bundy. So I mean, physically, I
like-
think it would be an interesting
I
matchup.
feel like Bundy's gonna get that barbed wire fucking post and start just swinging until he hits, and then goddamn Ripper's gonna take goddamn Ricky Casso and be like, "Hey, take care of him too with your fucking boot and shit." George Lopez is just over in the corner like, "Hey, say I don't even know what the fuck's going on." Like, Holmes. And I don't know. I'm gonna give it to fucking. I'm giving it to Ricky Casso, the Acid King.
Oh, okay. That came out of nowhere, Joey. What the fuck?
I mean,
do
he
you
got
think?
the acid from Casso, so
Right.
I guess that works. You know, as soon as the fucking bell rings, fucking Bundy and Jack the Ripper are just both gonna be like, that fucking annoying dude that's not funny in the least over in the corner that won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they're gonna cut him.
We're
up.
gonna fucking go get rid of him real fast. So fucking Bundy walks over and says, "Get fucked, Lib," and fucks him up.
Fuck to live.
So then they get back for the actual match after fucking Lopez is sitting there bleeding all over the corner. Bundy, he's gonna go for the fucking the barbed wire fucking
Right.
post because of course he loves to fucking bash motherfuckers
Bash shit.
with
Hell yeah,
clubs.
that's what I'm
Right.
saying.
And Jack the Ripper is fine with that because he's gonna grab the hacksaw.
I was
because
gonna
he's got
say
that
Jack
surgical
the
what I
Ripper's
said.
fucking fast. He's that
Yeah.
surgical fucking precision.
And I feel like, I mean, just because we don't even know if Jack the Ripper could have been a woman. It
Right.
could have been, it could
It's
have
possible.
been a kid, a street kid.
Could've.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell,
Could have been Ted
but
Cruz.
I think that fucking it could have been.
That's the wrong one, dude.
I know.
But I think that Jack the Ripper, though, I think he's going to use his fucking elusiveness and fucking just mystique. He's going to fucking run in on Bundy with the hacksaw, fall to the ground and slide on that badass cape he's got, and
Yeah.
fucking drag the hacksaw across fucking Bundy's fucking
Achilles?
his Achilles on the way by.
damn.
Nice.
Incapacitate him and then
Nice.
fucking crawl over and just fucking cut his head off. So I'm going to give it to fucking Jack the Ripper, and he's going to leave, and people still ain't going to know who he was.
Wow.
I'm giving it. I love it, dude. Hell
Yeah, I
yeah.
like Ripper in this one too because I think Bundy, I mean, he was okay, getting brutal with women, but you got an equally brutal motherfucker here. Gets a hold of that
goddamn-
hacksaw blade. I think
Jack
he's
the
done
Ripper
for
was
man.
women.
Huh?
Jack the Ripper was women.
Those were whores. Those aren't women.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm
Casso's just
canceled.
freaked out. He don't give a shit.
All right. Well, we always love doing some killer cage match. So anytime you guys want to contribute, comment, give us
Please.
suggestions, we love it. We've had some fun with this one
Oh yeah, it's always
over
a
the
fun
years.
time.
Now, we did some fake commercials here recently.
Some funny ass ones.
We did some really good ones. We try to set them up for episodes we know are
Like
coming
future
up.
episodes we got going.
So we
If this was
busted out
20
the
years ago,
Dr.
we could do
D.
a whole CD of just our fucking
Just the
commercials, and we
commercials.
could sell that shit.
I'm actually going to put together, we shot video last week of us recording
Oh,
the
yeah.
fake commercials. So I'm going to put that up on the YouTube channel, and then I'll play the actual commercials after that so people can hear like how we did it and then how it ended up.
All the more
So
reason to check the YouTube out. We're trying to expand it a little bit.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So YouTube channel, Murder Metal Mayhem, check it out. Subscribe to that because then you'll know when we're posting new shit. All right. All right. Well, we have done plenty of mayhem tonight, so I think it is time to hit the fucking outro.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Some Demolizer and the song King of the Kill. Those guys, another Denmark band. Been jamming the
Denmark
living shit out
killing
of
it.
them lately. Killing it is right. Great band. So Demolizer. Bumper music tonight. We had some good ones. Korrosive, Killing, and Demolizer.
Hell yeah.
The metal segment intro music, Joey, by
Cry6.
fuck yeah, Chris. Murder Metal Mayhem's intro.
Fucking Low 12. And you mind if I say something about a Low 12 song in particular?
No, go right ahead.
So some local friends are on from here, like, are doing a fucking project together, and they decided they wanted to cover a Low 12 song.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're getting together and they're gonna do.
They got a hold of me. Brian Goodlick got a hold of me. I didn't know Mike Doherty was part of this.
Yeah,
Brian
they
just
fucking-
said, "Hey,
they're
dude,
just
is
like,
it still
we want
cool?"
to cover this song. Got the permission from you and Les.
Yep.
Fucking like hell yeah, you guys can do that. And the song's Kill Floor, and you're gonna actually be doing vocals too.
Yeah,
Fucking,
Brian
so
was
hell
like,
yeah.
"Dude, is it cool that we do Kill Floor?" I'm like, "Dude, I'm honored. That's awesome."
Yeah,
you
hell
know.
yeah,
And
dude.
then Doherty sent me a message and said, "Dude, I just recorded the drums last night." I was like, "Oh wow, I had no idea you were doing that." You know.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then Goody's doing all the guitar work, which will be killer. I'm not sure who's playing bass. If he's doing it, they haven't asked me, and I honestly just don't have the time to fuck with it. But I would totally do the vocals.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, that's
gonna
gonna
be
be
sweet.
cool. So yeah, I'm gonna sing Kill
I
Floor.
was
for him.
like, hell yeah, dude, that's badass.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna use it in the Create the Chaos soundtrack for the
Fuck
recording.
yeah.
So
Fuck
that'll
yeah,
be
dude.
cool because it's gonna be a fucking Kill Floor on that bitch. So
Yes, sir.
it's gonna be good. So yeah, that's cool. I didn't even think to include that. I should have, but I did not. All right. Well, Chris, you got the horns next time. Any plans on who you got going to?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do. I'm doing Ugly Kid
Awesome.
fucking Joe, dude.
He told me
Kid
that
Joe,
the other day, but
right?
I was like, oh, he might be drunk and not remember.
Nope, I'm
so-
doing Ugly Kid Joe.
All right,
yeah.
that's fine.
Hell yeah.
That's fine. All
I
right,
love
cool.
Ugly Kid Joe.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks to everybody out there listening. We keep seeing those numbers rolling in, so we appreciate it very much. And Chris, what about that first one there before the McCormick's takes your soul?
It's all right. The McCormick's ain't going to take my soul. Not yet. But yeah, we got Pete Hillstrom says, I lost my sister at the station show in 2003. You guys did a really good job telling this story. Thank you. Well, I'm very happy that you fucking thought we told the story good. I'm sorry you lost your sister there. It's a fucking
that's fucked
terrible
up.
fucking tragedy. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, but thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks, Pete.
Fuck yeah, man.
Joey, what about the next one?
Darby Bannon commented, I've been listening to you guys for 6 months now, and I'm doing my best to listen to all your episodes.
Oh, boy.
You're fucking hilarious, and I'm listening from Denver. And yes, we are hilarious, and that is why we broke the top 200 comedy.
That's right.
podcast.
We're
That's
fucking-
right.
Yeah,
A true
we're
crime
fucking-
and heavy metal podcast is in the top 200
It's fucking
comedy
stupid.
podcasts on Apple.
Hell
So thank
yeah,
you.
dude. Love it. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Fuck yeah, Darby. Becky Kills You 78 commented, I loved hearing Joey's segment on Waco Jesus. I love those guys. I'm a listener from Austin, Texas, but I'm originally from Peoria. So that's
Awesome.
Oh yeah, local shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Chris, the last one.
I'll be. Oddly enough, the last one, his name is Chris.
Right.
Chris Norris says, for as funny as you guys are, I'm amazed how much I learned from listening to you guys. Horns way the fuck up. So
Hell yeah.
man. Thank
Thanks,
you, dude.
Chris.
Thanks once again. Thanks you for listening. Everybody that listens, keep listening. We appreciate you. We all three appreciate you listening.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, fucking get them in on it. Like, we may not be everybody's cup of tea, but we're somebody's glass of whiskey.
That might need to be on a shirt someday.
Hell yeah.
Whiskey helps.
All right, well, check us out, murdermetalmayhem.com, to listen to all those past episodes and all our new listeners that are coming over from listening to the Waco interview that Kevin Menson, and now they're digging on us because we've been talking about killing. We appreciate you. So tell your friends, spread the word.
Shit, yeah, get it
As
out
we
there,
say,
man.
like a case of the clap at a trailer park. Like us on all the social media stuff, Facebook, Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can check us out on pretty much any podcast app you can dish
Anywhere you
out.
want. Yeah, we're everywhere, dude.
The number one app we're on is Apple, or the iTunes stuff.
iTunes,
And
Spotify.
Spotify, Castbox is another one a lot of our listeners like. So I
Just
use
check it out.
Castbox, but there's a lot of good ones out there.
We'll just
Support
keep
the
doing
show.
What we do.
What's that?
We'll just keep doing what we do.
That's right. That's right. Support it by going to patreon.com/murdermetalmayhem to join that 666 club, $3 a month. creationofchaos.com if you want to buy one of my books. I got the newest one, Creation of Chaos 3, out there, and it's on Audible, iTunes, and Amazon. I read it myself. Me and Brad Tucker did that one. That was fun. And we're going to be doing another one when I do the follow-up to the 666 Express.
Yeah, I
Called
can't wait
Create
to
the
do that one,
Chaos,
dude.
which we were
Yeah.
just talking about. So that's going to be us all
Doing our fucking
reuniting
vocal-
to fight a
everybody doing
monster
our
in the
shit.
subways of New York
Hell yeah.
City. It's going to be wicked. All right, well, we can't let him go without hearing a karaoke song. Now, I was been
It's
under
an
the
old
weather.
song, but it's been a while since it's been played.
It fits the theme of this show. Little love is in the air. So crank this one the hell up. And until next time.
Keep one foot in the gutter. Keep your head in the game.
And fuck Carol Bundy, stupid ass bitch.
I think that's a first, man.
That's a 100% a first.
That was a
That's
first.
great.
Check. 1, 1, 2. I came into this world is a reject. Look into these eyes, then you see the size of the flame. Dwelling on the past, burden on my brain. Everyone that burns to learn from the pain. Hey, I think about the day my girlie ran away with my pay when the fellas came to play. Now she sucked with my homies and she fucked. I'm a sucker with the lump in my throat. Hey, like a chump, I'm like a chump, like a chump, like a chump. I'm like a chump, like a chump, like a chump. Should I be feeling bad? Should I be feeling good? It's kinda sad. I'm the laughing stock of the neighborhood, and you would think I'd be moving on, but I'm a sucker, like I said. Fucked up in the head, not. Maybe she just made a mistake, and I should give her a break. My heart'll ache either way. Hey, what the hell you want me to say? I won't lie, that I can't deny. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie. So you can take the cookie, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie. You can take the cookie and shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up your ass. Why did it take so long? Why did I wait so long, huh? To figure it out, but I didn't, and I'm the only one underneath the sun who didn't get it. I can't believe that I could be deceived by my so-called girl, but in reality, had a hidden agenda. She put my tender heart in a blender till I surrendered. Hey, like a chump, I'm like a chump, like a chump, like a chump. I'm like a chump, like a chump, like a chump. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie. So you can take the cookie, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie. So you can take the cookie, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up your ass. I'm only human. It's so easy for your friends to give you their advice. They'll just tell you, just let it go. It's easier said than done. I appreciate it, I do. But just fucking leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. Nothing's gonna change, and you can't go away. And I'm just gonna stay here and always be the same. And nothing's gonna change, 'cause you can't go away. And I'm just gonna stay here and always be the same. Nothing's gonna change, 'cause you can't go away. Nothing's gonna stay here and always be the same. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie. So you can take the cookie and shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours. I did it all for the nookie, the nookie. So you can take the cookie and shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up yours, shake it up your ass, bitch. This one goes out to my buddy Pete Saradovich, the biggest Limp Bizkit fan on the face of the fucking earth. Love you, brother.
Mother, man.